Hey, Conan O'Brien here. Welcome to Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. And I'm watching. Sona has a bag of popcorn and she's whipping it across the room. Yes!
Yes!
You know what's impressive? Sona started whipping popcorn across the room, Gourley trying to catch it in his mouth. There were some failed attempts. I decided to just start the podcast on the action. And what's interesting is Sona threw two. Accidentally. And one went into your mouth, and now you're choking. Are you okay?
Never better.
One of them went in, which was very impressive. You okay?
I am.
Okay. Look, I never said we were a real podcast. You know, it's funny. It was reminding me of you were throwing popcorn across the room. I have two dogs. Loki's.
Wait a minute.
You'll see. Loki and Odin. Loki's a mature 7-year-old dog. And one of his abilities is I can just drop a little treat and he can snap it out of the air. He's very good at it. Odin is a 1-year-old pup and a goof. And so I'll drop it for Loki and he'll just snap it just as you did right now. Just snap it out of the air. And then I'll drop it for Odin and it bounces off of his head and then he snaps his mouth like 2 minutes later. He's a total clown, but he's slowly getting the hang of it. And so I just had, when you were throwing the popcorn across the room, I have this ritual every day where I'm trying to teach Odin to be able to snap it. And I realized that you're slightly smarter than my 1-year-old dog.
But you know what? It was on me. It was hard to throw popcorn and I just couldn't get the
It's
trajectory.
not aerodynamic. Yeah.
I couldn't
long
get
distance to get that popcorn there.
Yeah.
But we pulled it off. We did it.
You're a good food catcher.
Hey, thanks.
Hey,
You're welcome, pal.
There is a reason.
That's what my wife calls me. You're just a food catcher. That's all you are.
That was fun. I think we've got a loose vibe today. And I want people tuning in right now to know that we're a bunch of fun, regular folk that just toss popcorn around the room.
We lost all of it.
I know.
We lost all of it.
Whatever we set up, I just
ruined it. Yeah, it was a nice moment.
Yeah, it's
And I
okay.
had to get
Can I throw popcorn at you?
Nah, I don't think so.
And you didn't even mean in his mouth. You just wanted to pummel him with
You want to
popcorn.
use a different food.
Take a handful.
Yeah. Super hot fried chicken right off the frying pan. Burning my face.
Soup.
Scorching it. Yes. Hot soup. Really, really hot sweet and sour soup that you throw at me with a hose. I'm glad that we're happy and we're having a good time. And I'm going to just say it. I don't use the word vibe much, but there's a good vibe today. We're just a bunch of pals having fun. That's all.
Bunch of goofy pals throwing food.
Yeah, throwing food around.
That's
I
nice.
hope we clean up afterwards. I'm not going to because I didn't throw any.
Oh.
But
that means I have to.
Eduardo and I, by the way, are the people who have to clean up the studio. So
I'll
I don't
clean
think there's
that
food
up.
allowed
No.
in here,
I'm
is
going to
there?
say that's on Matt and Sona. They should
I
have to
think
do
that's
that. I would
fair.
never.
No, we can do it.
I just ate all the pieces on my seat.
Well, Eduardo is the head of the studio. Eduardo, is there food allowed in here?
Typically, we try not to allow food here, but for you guys,
These
guys-
aren't food. These are props.
I had no idea. Wait a minute.
I have never heard this rule.
Excuse me just a second. Eduardo has the floor. Now, I also want to preface again, Eduardo is the genius who designed this beautiful studio that everyone compliments us on. And so, again, props to you, Eduardo. I knew that we weren't supposed to have liquid.
It's
but
just good studio etiquette to not have food or drinks in the studio. But this isn't your typical studio anyways. It's a podcast studio. So we kind of built for some food.
No, hold on a second.
stuff.
So that's really a recording thing that you're not supposed to have food around? Because we've had a ton of food in here all the time.
Again,
Yeah.
And
Look
you've
at all
never
this
said a word.
technology.
You're more
You have
you're
never
more
said a word.
traditional. No, because it's a good vibe. So I try to just
He's cool, Dad.
But like,
you know?
for example, if I were to bring in a goulash, would you have said something? A big hot steaming goulash in a big ceramic bowl and then just been like, goulash for all!
I
and
like to
slopping
eat-
it around.
Coca-Cola and Mentos. Is that cool?
that would
Okay.
not work. Like I said, it's a podcast studio. It's whatever you guys want it to be. Just
Well, no, I respect your both as a technician and a craftsman. I respect the work you've done, and I want to honor it. And maybe we should honor Eduardo by not having food in here anymore.
I'm cool with snacks, like anything that's contained. That's why, like, I prefer.
She was throwing the food across the room. But you say, okay, let me list some foods. Goulash, no.
Probably no.
Okay. Just a big boiling meaty stew.
Definitely no.
Okay.
Tacos?
Tacos.
I'll allow it.
Chowder.
Tacos you allow, but what about my beloved Boston chowder?
Yeah, get out of here.
Mezcal palomas?
Yes.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, I see a trend here. Wait a minute.
allowed.
This doesn't feel fair. What about a lot of corned beef and
Never.
potatoes?
Out of here.
Oh,
What
man.
about some quesadillas?
Oh, yes. More, please.
I see what's going
How
on.
about some Armenian grabadagoo?
Grabba the
Depends on the day of the week.
Okay.
Is there
Grabba the goo?
What is it? What would be an Armenian dish that I should have yelled out? And don't say because I know there's a lot of dried
Hush.
fruit.
Hush.
Crush?
Hush.
Hush.
Hush. What's that?
Hush. It's
It's a
hoof soup.
What? Don't come on.
Lamajun.
Lamajun. Let's just
but-
go.
but-
That's the
oh,
Armenian
lamajun.
pizza. Chash, we've talked about this. It's, it's like a peasant dish, kind of. They take all the parts of the animal that they didn't eat and they throw it all in
but don't say-
in a soup.
But
It's an
hoof, you wouldn't eat the hoof.
Oh, you could eat the hoof.
It's hot
You
dog
can?
soup.
But hoof is what? Hoof is hardened collagen. It just melts down.
I think I don't know enough about it. I know there's gonna be so many Armenians mad at me, but I always grew up thinking it's hoof soup.
Mhm.
Maybe there are no hoofs.
All right. Maybe it just got a bad name. Eduardo is busily searching for it on the internet.
Ugh.
Won't come up.
I don't even know
Yeah,
how
it's
you
on the
spell
dark.
it.
You have to go on the dark web.
I don't know how you.
Hey, if you want some hoof soup, you don't just go on. You don't just type that into Google.
You gotta know a guy.
You got to know a guy who knows a guy who knows a horse.
Okay, and I also don't know how you in English how you do the ch
Yeah,
sound.
I tried KH.
I think you do it an X.
Oh, I see.
XASH.
Hush.
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 Yeah.
That's a good excuse I'll use if, I tell my wife, I'm like, hush. And she's like, don't you tell me to be quiet. I'll say, just wanted some hoof soup.
That's worse.
It's so I did find it actually.
Ah.
KHASH, or the way you spelled it. So
Okay.
and it says hash is a traditional Armenian soup often made with cow feet or other beef parts.
Cow feet. They can't
Wow.
mean the hoof, though.
Well, there's no other real part of the foot.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
You gotta use the whole part of the whole
All
cow.
right,
So
What's
is there a
ham hocks?
saddle in there? I mean, what's going on?
Okay,
Well,
there's
hello.
no saddle.
It also says it's often consumed as a hangover remedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm bad. You have a little of that, and you're like, I'll never drink again. Anything. Nothing's going in my mouth again. Once you got a hoof in your throat, the idea of consuming anything again. All right, I'm going to get this show going. My guest today has starred in such TV shows and movies as Workaholics, Pitch Perfect, and The Righteous Gemstones. He also has a podcast called This Is Important. Hey, that's a great title.
Yeah.
Which releases new episodes every Tuesday. I'm excited he's here today. Adam Devine.
Hey, you did the pause.
Welcome. I did the pause. I did the pause. Yes.
Our long national nightmare is over.
Yeah. There's a slight pause there before you
Yeah.
said my name. Because I think you were exuberant about being someone else's friend and then remembered it was me. And I could see the life leave your body.
Well, I am bad at reading.
Not much of a reader, are you?
No. You put me on the spot reading. I'm going to make my own. Actually, when I was a kid, they thought I couldn't read because I would kind of read ahead a little bit and then make my own story up.
Right.
And then they're like, he's an idiot. He can't read. And then they put me into class, like a remedial reading. And they're like, we think he can. He just is making his own shit up. And like, yeah.
He's highly creative, is what he is. In third grade, I had heard that there was this Evelyn Wood speed reading course where people, there was advertised on television where you could read really fast.
Oh, I thought that was
And
so cool.
I just went to school and told people I could do it. And they were like, prove it. So I picked up a book and I flipped through the pages really fast. And I wasn't reading, but I was flipping through it really fast because I was embarrassed. So I was covering for the fact that I had said I could do this. And then I did it with another book and another book. And then they asked me what the books were about. And I was just saying stuff that kind of sounded like it would be the book of.
You're like
book was
George
about.
Washington
God.
saved the day.
Yeah, you know,
He saved the
it was
day.
yeah, and they were like, "Wow!" And they told the teacher, Mrs. Solid, and they said, "Conan's a speed reader. He just read 3 books in like 2 minutes." And she came over and saw what I was doing, and basically said, "You're an idiot. This is bullshit. Knock it off." And I remember being so
cool.
embarrassed. I turned beet red,
Aw.
and I said, "I'll never do a stupid
More
thing
red.
again."
More
Yeah,
red.
more red.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was drinking that day.
Yeah.
Adam, it's a thrill to have you here.
Good to be here.
I remember you first came onto my radar because my assistant, who's with me today,
Yes.
Sona Movsesian, and joins me often. I remember she was my assistant, and from the day you started working for me, every day you would come in and you were constantly talking about this show, Workaholics.
Yes.
And you were obsessed with
Wow,
it.
cool.
I was. I
And-
love that show.
Yeah, thanks.
And when I hear that something else is really funny, I'm furious.
Yeah.
Furious.
I understand that.
You know, like, what? This can't be funny. How am I involved? And she said, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And I said, am I in it? And, you know, it was that level
Yeah,
of pathology.
did I write for this?
Yeah.
Or did they steal my journal and create a TV show?
There must be some way,
Yeah.
you know, but no. And then she started showing me clips of the show, which was hilarious. And then I started having you guys on, and it was a perfect mix of my audience, what you guys were doing, which was so inventive. And again, my favorite kind of television and entertainment is when good friends are entertaining themselves.
Yeah.
And almost defying people to say, look, you can like this or not, but this is what we like.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought we'd start there because Sona,
I love it. Yeah.
you were, I mean, you had made like pictures and posters.
Jesus.
It was crazy.
Okay,
It was
all right,
sick.
relax. Okay, I
You went to
liked
Adam's.
it. I
you
watched
went,
it.
You went to Adam's house.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
outside my
yeah.
house.
I
You were
just drive-
smelling my underwear.
Yeah, is that weird? I was a fan of your show, so
Yeah.
I thought I'd just drive
I
by
remember
and say hi.
how excited we were because you were our favorite, and now not so much. But back then, with the intro when I walked in, that's when it diminished,
Exactly.
and I'm like,
Yeah,
Kimmel, you're number one. No.
Adam Devine. Devine?
So we were super excited when we came, and I was just telling. I had a Hollywood meeting a few minutes ago, right before I came here, and I was telling the story. They were talking about Danny on this show, and I was like, "Oh, I'm about to go do that," and talking about you and how we used
Danny
to do
McBride, yeah.
McBride, yeah,
Yep.
and we used to come and do the show, and how one time we were scheduled to perform, but then a portal to another realm opened up, and instead of us performing or coming on and being guests, a portal to another realm opened up, and the Wizards actually performed. If you remember that.
Yes, I do
Yeah.
remember that very well.
Gangster rapping wizards from another realm, and they look kind of like us, but I wouldn't say identical. They had beards.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool that you had them on in our stead.
I've had this theory for a while that oftentimes in show business and in life in general for anybody, you think that your destiny is one thing and it's your failure to get that, and you pivot and you get something that feels lesser to you, and that is actually the real path to where you should be going. And I know for you, you were convinced when you went to college that you wanted to, was it UCLA?
Yeah.
You thought this is where I have to go,
Mm-hmm.
but it was too expensive. You couldn't afford it. So you went to a different school.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go?
Orange Coast College,
Yeah.
which is a community college in Orange County.
Yeah. So you feel like, oh, you know, my path to my real future has been blocked because I don't have the money. I'll go here instead. And that's where you meet Kyle and Blake.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this proves this idea I have that wasn't where you're supposed to go. You went where you were supposed to go.
Yeah, I mean, are you and my mother are the same person? Because she says this all the time. But I do.
I thought I had a new idea.
Yeah.
I do listen to your mom's podcast a lot.
Yes, it's good. It's
Called
good.
You-
Skank Talk. Skank Talk with Penny D.
Hi, Penny D.
Hi, Penny. Yes, so yeah, we met there, and it was like a kismet thing. I just thought Blake was so funny and so different,
Mhm.
and he had a cute, tight little afro at the time. He didn't have those. Now he's like kind of girls like think he's sexy, but that was not the case
Right.
in community college. And he was very funny. And then Kyle, who ended up directing a lot of our stuff and is now a big director. We were like, oh, you guys make videos? I make videos. I'll show you my videos from high school and you guys show me yours. And then as they were showing me theirs, I like was sinking down in my seat. And I'm like, theirs are so much better than mine. Like the quality of their video, because Kyle's just a talented director. And it was just me going like, I think if the frame just holds on me the whole time, that's a good shot.
Hey, man, I think your way is my way also.
I don't
understand why I'm not in frame.
So if the camera's here, that's all we need, and you can be off camera. Deliver your lines off camera. So their stuff was so much better, and then it was kind of off to the races from there, and then we just sort of clicked. And it also was the type of thing that when you're in your, like, I mean, we were teenagers, we were 18 years old at that time. When you're that age, you spend 100% of your time with those people. And so we just had so many inside, like the way that we talk and the way that we communicate with each other and is so familiar that I think when we finally got our shot, people were like, oh, I can tell that they're great friends. I want to be part of that.
The chemistry was all there.
Yeah.
You had done your what Malcolm Gladwell would call it, the 10,000 hours of we've done all our stuff. I'm going to go back a little before that, which is something I wasn't aware of, which is you went through a pretty traumatic experience when you were a kid. Two, first of all, you were Catholic.
I'm still reeling from that.
And that's and David, you went through Catholicism as well.
I have a 1-year-old now, and my wife was like, we have to get him baptized, and I know no other way. So I'm like, yeah, he's Catholic, and my wife was like, no, he's not. And I'm like, it's just. I might as well just make him Catholic. I don't know. Like, that's what I know how to do. You kneel, you stand, you do this thing. That's the thing. And no, that is not how we're raising our son. No.
My wife is Episcopalian and was not raised in the Catholic Church. But when we had our kids, I was the same way. I was like, they will be Christian in the Catholic Church. And it just came out of me, and she was like, "Well, we all be Christian in the Catholic Church."
All of a sudden,
because that's what I was going to. Something took over my body.
On the third day, Jesus rose again.
I rose in the air. I spun. My arms went out, and they were. And thank you, Liza, for going along with me on that one. It made my folks really happy.
That's cool.
But it's funny because you do this show about mega churches now, and it's just a hilarious show, which we will talk about because I love it. And Danny was on talking about it as well. It is the polar opposite of the Catholic experience.
Yeah.
Did you know when you were a Catholic going to Catholic masses, did you know that there was such a thing as mega churches out there?
I think they were just sort of starting by the time I was like, when I was a kid, I don't think they really existed in like the 80s, early 90s. I don't think,
or if they existed, they weren't quite what they've become.
Yeah, and then I remember in high school when I'd have to go to church, and then my friends would go to church, and they were just Christian. They didn't even there wasn't like another thing that you said. It wasn't like I'm Christian, but I'm Catholic, or I'm
just Christian.
Yeah, they're like, we're just Christian. And I'm like, what? And they're like, and we have rock climbing walls. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, and there's a cotton candy machine. Like, huh?
Did you eat a wafer? No, gummy fish. Swedish gummy fish. No, and it's also like there's music. And who's playing? Fish. Fish is playing, and there's a light show.
And loaves.
Where does this happen? At the Sphere in Las Vegas. I want this religion. Hard benches and, parables.
It seemed very cool.
But you went through that, but you went through something very intense that I didn't know about, which is you were on your bike and you were seriously injured.
Yep, kablamoed.
What happened? Kablamoed is the medical term.
Yes,
you could just dumb it down for the rest of us.
I was kablamoed.
We got a kablamo here. I saw that there's an episode of The Pit where they go, we got a kablamo.
We got one kablamo coming in. He's fully kablammed.
We need 3 cc's of Feel Better Quick. So what happened? Because it's pretty heavy.
I was hit by a cement truck as a little boy.
You were on your bike?
I was on my bike. Are you guys squeamish?
Nope.
Squeamish? So.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it looks like uncooked chicken, but it is my leg. And
is that with skin grafts then over it?
Yeah,
or?
yeah,
Okay.
that's skin graft. So the skin was ripped off, and the other leg's a little better, but it was half the leg. And I broke everything from the knees down that lay to reconstruct my legs, and then my left femur, and then some ribs, and I punctured a lung and was bleeding out of my ears. But then they're like, no brain damage. I think.
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Just based on your work.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
The doctors are looking at workaholics.
We might have gotten it wrong 25 years ago.
We've Pitch Perfect, Workaholics. Wait, are you looking at CAT scans? No, just the work.
No, his filmography.
So, I mean, we're laughing a lot, but horrifying. And were you unconscious for a long time?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks. It was a medical induced coma, and then so I essentially 3 cement trucks. I lived in the suburbs, and 3 cement trucks were going up the hill as 2 were coming down, or some version of that, because new houses were being built everywhere. And my friend was across the street, and he yells, "Come on," as in "Let's go." And I took that as coast is clear. And he goes, "Come on." And I'm like, okay. And I walk out after the 3rd cement truck passed. And so I couldn't see the other side of the street and was hit. And I flung, I said 500 feet because that's what my mom told me. And that's what's in my Wikipedia page. But then I did another podcast. And I think Theo Vaughn was like, 500 feet? That's so far. And I'm like...
It's really far.
Yeah, I guess it is. He goes, "How far is the longest field goal ever kicked?" And it was like 162 feet. And I'm like, I wasn't kicked. My mom's a liar.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was even hit.
It's me saying I'm a speed reader.
Yeah.
I went 100 miles.
Yeah, it was my mom like trying to zhuzh up the numbers of me getting hit by a cement truck. She's like, it was 500 feet too. It wasn't even a small distance. It was 500 feet.
Oh, Penny.
And it wasn't 30 tons. It was 80 tons. It was an 80-ton cement truck. So one of the heaviest in the world.
When you're hit by a cement truck as a kid and you get that kind of damage, you don't need to zhuzh it out.
Yeah, I know.
It was also carrying dynamite.
Yeah.
And it blew up.
Yeah, and then he had a gun on him, and she shot him. He shot him in the leg, so you couldn't tell. It was in the leg, so you couldn't tell. And then funny, but I was hit in one county and landed in another because the road was the dividing line between the counties.
Yeah.
So that was a fun thing that we got to talk about.
Oh, my
So
God.
the recovery process, because you're in a wheelchair for a chunk of time.
Yeah, for about 2 years.
Oh my
It was
God.
middle school was really cool for me, and it was kind of a cool experience to be the crippled kid. So I was in a wheelchair, and I would get on crutches and then have another surgery. I had something like 26 or 28 surgeries during that time, and and then my 8th grade year. So that was the summer going into 6th grade, and by 8th grade, I played football.
Wow.
And by the way, the worst guy on the team, it was the coaches being like, he can play. And then they're like, you're a defensive lineman. Yeah. So it's just me just like going, and falling over. And then our quarterback getting sacked.
Your entire body is made of recently healed bones.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like a good idea. Who would let you play Penny? Who would let you play football?
My doctor, actually, my mom was like, if the doctor says you could play, you could play. And the doctor was like, I don't see what's wrong with it if he wants to play. And my mom's like, you son of a bitch.
Oh my God.
How dare you? And then I played, but I was really, really bad. And then so I thought I was going to be like this athlete as a kid. I was like, that was my whole, I'm like, I'm going to be a professional baseball player. No one in my family is athletic, so this was a pipe dream. But that was my goal. And then after I was hit, I have a very, very funny family, and I always liked making people laugh. And then I started to call into radio stations, and I would call into the radio station in Omaha, 106.7 The Edge or 101.9 The Edge. And I would do different voices and different characters. And then that became like a little thing on the
because
radio.
you're confined. You're like, this is you at home, wheelchair, maybe not going to school. You can't be having fun. So this is what you do.
Exactly. And this was 6th and 7th grade. And then they were like, come on down. We want you to be part of the drive time hour. And so my mom loads me into the minivan, takes me down there. My legs can't bend, so they're fully just extended in front of me. She picks me up, she puts me in the wheelchair, wheels me into the radio station, and they're like, oh, we didn't realize you were a crippled child. We thought you were an adult man.
Oh, no.
By the way, a sad, weird adult man who only talks to us in character voices. But we didn't know you were, so we can't pay you and have you be part, we can't have you on staff, but we can pay you in like cranberry CDs. I have all the
Which
cranberry.
is an accepted currency and still in parts of the world.
Cranberry, wallflowers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all the hits. And then like free concert tickets. And so then that was sort of my segue into comedy, where I was like, oh, being funny, you can do cool things and get cool things.
That is the crucial moment, I think, for a lot of people in our industry, is the moment and some people realize it or know it really early, but the moment when you realize, wait a minute, there's a use for this thing I do.
Yeah.
I just thought I was, entertaining / annoying my brothers and friends to no end all the time. And then someone links it to, that's great. Here's a cookie. Here's a free t-shirt. Wait a minute. Here's a job here. Here's a job there. And you can't believe it. You can't believe it.
I could not believe. I was so excited. And the fact that my mom was getting her hair done. She has this beautiful poof, Penny. And so she was poofing this thing up at the salon, and I came on the radio. And someone in the salon said, oh my God, I love this guy. He calls in all the time. And my mom was like, and I remember once that happened, I was like, my mom, like, I'll put some shine on the family by doing this thing, because I'm not going to be the professional athlete that we all thought I was going to be.
There's still time.
Yeah.
There's still time. You're a young man.
Yeah. Cornhole is getting
that's in the Olympics. Do you have any residual pain from what you went through in your life, or is that all behind you, physically?
No, up until maybe 3 years ago, I would say, yeah, it's basically behind me. Like I have a creak in the knee or whatever. But in the last 3 years, it was crazy. I suddenly start to have spasms, and my muscles will get super tight, and the doctors couldn't explain it. And they told me at one point that I have this autoimmune disease called stiff person syndrome, which is essentially like a death sentence for the most part. And people die within like 6 years, usually. And so they told me that I had it. And they told me I had it a month before Bo was born, my son. And I'm like, this isn't a cool thing to say to me. So I'm on the toilet at 4 a.m. looking at videos of people with stiff person syndrome. I'm like, I don't want this to be my life. And then 6 months goes by, or then they tell me, well, maybe you don't have it, because I had one of the markers, but not the other marker in my blood. And they're like, maybe you don't have it. And then 6 months goes by, and I'm shooting gemstones, and they're like, we do think you have it. So I went to Philadelphia, and I met with the oldest man alive who coined the phrase stiff person syndrome. He's like the guy. And he told me I absolutely don't have it, and it's all residual from my accident.
My God.
But it is a weird thing where
That's
like
harrowing.
Yeah.
that I can't. I mean, it's a weird thing, because I still want to act and want to do all this stuff, but I have a hard time standing for more than like 15 or 20 minutes at a time. And I can't run and move in the same ways that I could just a couple years ago. So I'm doing a wild amount of physical therapy and that kind of stuff. Like now that I'm in between jobs, I'm still writing and doing all kinds of other stuff. But as far as being on set goes, I'm just like physical therapy, body work, acupuncture, cryotherapy, like everything. So I'm in the midst of it now.
It's, I mean, clearly you went through this massive injury, but it is just true. The best analogy I've ever heard is that when you're born, you're dropped into a current that's taking you in the right direction and very powerfully, and you just get bigger and stronger doing absolutely nothing, you know? And then as you get older, the current starts to slow, and then it comes to a standstill, and then it starts to go the other way. And so you actively have to work at staying just where you are.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, I think that's the best description
That is.
of the
Yeah, I
aging
hadn't heard that.
process, which is I do a lot just to stay where I am. You know, it's
I
not.
used to work out a lot to like look strong and get muscles. And now I'm like, it's just like holding weights, like
Yeah.
just isometric holds and just all this
Yeah.
stuff that I was like, I'm never going to do this. Now I work out like I'm an 88-year-old grandmother, like who's just like doesn't want both of her hips to snap if she misses a stair.
You have pool noodles.
Yeah. Totally.
With a bunch of other old ladies.
Absolutely.
Totally
I just
thinking
have
about
my hair in a hairnet.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, there's nothing to do with it. But
Enid's yelling at you.
Yeah.
Your noodle's
Yeah.
hitting her noodle.
You go to the salon with Penny now,
Totally.
probably.
I got to work on my penny in here. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, I wouldn't know any of this because, I mean, in all your work, but in your latest work, in Gemstones, you're just always so physically present and funny and great.
Yeah,
you know,
thanks.
and
Thank you.
and you know, we've covered you meet the fellas, you guys do Workaholics, you start to get traction. Pitch Perfect. When Pitch Perfect comes along and you are up for this role, you didn't even really know what the role was. Is that true?
Yeah, that is true. We were shooting Workaholics, and they were like, the producers really like you for this Pitch Perfect movie. You should go audition. And I'm like, I don't have time. Like, I have my own TV show. I don't have time. And they were like, make time. This is a real movie. It's Universal. Go. And so we made it so I wasn't shooting the scene after lunch. So I could go during lunch. I could drive my ass down to Santa Monica, or I think it was Santa Monica, audition, and then get back before I had to do the scene later in the day. And so I'm like, all right. And I go and I'm looking at the sides as I get there, and I think it's a baseball movie. I swear to you, I think it's Pitch Perfect. I think it's a baseball movie.
I would.
I'm like,
that would be my first assumption.
yes, I'm like stretching out in the parking lot. Like, all right, maybe I gotta. And then I see all these guys singing, and I'm like, that's not gonna help you with the baseball movie, pussy. Look at these losers. Oh boy!
I feel
someone didn't play baseball in the 5th grade. And so, and then I actually take a look at the sides, and I'm like, this isn't baseball at all. There's a lot of singing in this baseball movie. And so I go and I do the scenes, and it went well. And they were like, what song did you prepare? And
You
I'm
had
like,
not prepared
I had
anything.
not prepared anything. And they're just like, well, it's whatever like song that you know a lot of the words to. We just want to know you can carry a tune. So weirdly, the first song that popped into my head was "Whatever Happened to Predictability?" The Milkman, the Paperboy, the Evening TV, which is the Full House theme song.
Yeah.
And then somehow I have no idea. I walked out of there. I'm like, they all laughed really hard, but I'm like, I didn't prove I could sing. I don't think they wanted like a 80-year-old jazz singer to be the lead of.
I love that there
one of
are
the leads.
actors out there listening right now who are furious.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
who
yeah.
do everything. They've gone
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Juilliard. They find out, they research the role, and then they hear you. I don't know. I thought I was sing. I don't know. I guess I'll do the Full House theme. Predictability. You're hired. Yeah, okay, thanks.
I'm definitely way more prepared in the things I do now, but I think there is a special. If you could care less about most things, it goes better. I think when you care too much and you're too wrapped up, you get emotionally tied to a thing,
Yes.
and you want it too much, and it comes off as like a weird manic energy when you come in the room. You're like, hey, how's it? Oh, pleasure to meet you. And you're talking to the casting director, the producers, like, I don't want to hang out with this guy on set.
No, they can smell it.
Yeah.
There's a pheromone you put out when
Yeah.
when I auditioned, when they had a test for me for the late night show to replace Letterman, I was a writer on The Simpsons. You know, had no business even auditioning for this thing, but Lorne knew me. He said, maybe whatever. A bunch of sort of things came together. I thought, there's no way this is happening. So I went into it thinking, well, this is fun. I'm going to pretend to be a talk show host. And that was the spirit that I did it in.
That's right.
And then a couple of weeks later, ring, ring, you're replacing David Letterman at 12:30. And I was completely unrelaxed for the next 2 years.
Yeah, once you have the job.
Once I had the job,
I have to actually do
Hi,
it.
everybody, welcome. I hope you like the show. We're going to try our really hardest. I hope you like it. It's going to be good, I hope.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, this guy's awful. And then, the sheer volume of it knocked that out of me. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You just are, it's better you didn't know.
I think so. And I mean, now as my career has grown and gone on, I'm definitely more prepared with things, but I still try to bring that energy of like, I've been around long enough that if this thing doesn't go, I'll find something else or I'll put another thing. So like, don't put too much pressure on one thing. And I think it helps.
I have this weird ghost memory of hosting the MTV Movie Awards, and I did something with you, but I don't remember what we did. I'm sure there's a... Do you? I have no memory.
You came and like you were slaying on the guitar, and then I came and helped you sing this like...
I don't remember.
I don't even remember. It was such a fever dream.
You know what's so crazy is all I remember about that is I said, yeah, I like to try things. And they said, hey, do you want to host the MTV Movie Awards? And I thought, that's funny. Even then I was old, but I was like, no, but you know what I mean? I was just like, okay, sure. And all I remember is they put me in something that hides you and it lifts up and reveals you as like rock music plays.
Yeah.
Rock arpeggios play. And I remember just a voice going, ladies and gentlemen, here at MTV, Conan O'Brien. And just before they said my name, smoke started to fill the chamber. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because they didn't do that at rehearsal. Because they wanted smoke to billow out. And
you're like,
I just knew then that this is insane. I shouldn't be on one of these shows where there's smoke.
I hosted
but thank you for helping me.
Of course. I hosted the MTV Movie Awards in like 2017 or 18 or something like that. And I'm dressed as I was shooting a movie, The Game Over Man with the Workaholics guys. And I didn't have time to do a lot of rehearsals. So I flew down the day before or the day of the event, and we just rehearsed the big opening sequence in the morning, just that morning. We only ran through it twice. And I'm dressed as the Beast in full Beast makeup, and I'm like supposed to walk down the stairs, and then I hook me up to a rig and fly through the audience, and I tip over someone into... like he's dressed as a candelabra. I think it was Blake Anderson, and he falls in, and the stage starts on fire. It's like a whole thing, and everything has to be pretty perfect, and it's a whole song and dance number. And I remember the crowd is at the back of the stage, but I'm facing them, and then I turn around once the curtains open, and I'm facing them, and I'm like trying to think of the lyrics. So I'm like sort of mouthing them, and I think the audience thought I was really nervous, which I was moderately nervous, but they're like, "You can do it! You can do it, Adam!" And like girls being like, "It's okay, you got this, you got this." And I'm like, that's making it worse. It's making it worse. But it's a weird.
Sounds like you've had plenty of these. I've had so many moments where I suddenly become aware that my life is very strange.
Oh yeah.
And one was shooting a thing in a open-topped convertible Bentley with Mr. T out, and there was a scene that required us to be driving in the country in upstate New York, and he's driving, and we're driving for a while, and I fall asleep next to him, really fall asleep genuinely, because I'm tired, and I put my head back, and I fell asleep hard for like maybe 2 minutes, and I woke up, and I'm looking straight up, and it's fall, upstate New York, beautiful leaves are passing over my head. And I turn my head slightly, and Mr. T is driving in a car, and I don't understand what's happening. And I thought, that's what show business is. That's what I love about it, is
Yeah,
when you have moments of, I'm looking out at this
What a
sea of
bizarre-
people. I just knocked over a human candelabra. I'm dressed as a beast. What's happening?
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's so surreal. That I had a surreal moment with you when you called me to do that bit on the movie awards or whatever you were hosting. I was in a hot air balloon.
What?
Yeah, I was literally flying in a hot air balloon with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we're soaring in the sky. And I get a call. My agents told me, "Hey, expect a call." And I'm like, "I'm getting on a hot air balloon," and they're like, someone's going to be calling you. You have to pick up. They're going to be calling you. Pick up if you can. I'm like, I'm currently getting on a hot air balloon. Can they call in a couple hours when they're done? They're like, no, he's going to be calling you. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't know who it was.
I could have
like,
called you later.
I know. That's why I'm like, agents are just like, it's happening now.
It's a game of telephone. That's constantly like, Conan wants it now.
Yeah.
No, I'm
It
okay.
could be in an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm like in a hot air balloon. I get the call from you and you're like, hey, you want to do this thing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm in a hot air balloon. And you're like, weird joke, haha. And I'm like, I seriously am. And then we landed. It was in San Diego. And when we land in these like rich people's backyard, and they come out with champagne, and they're like, oh my God, this has never happened. You landed in our backyard. Do you want to race go-karts? And we're like, as they're like putting the balloon, like deflating it and everything. And we're like, okay, they have a full go-kart track that we just got to like race. And we raced with their children for like an hour as they put this balloon. And I'm like, this is a surreal, like Conan just called me in a hot air balloon. It was just
It's one of those things where, God forbid, a crime or a murder had happened somewhere around that time and you needed an alibi. And you said, I was in a hot air balloon. And then we landed, and there was a go-kart race, and I just talked to Conan.
It sounds like
rock him up.
Yeah, it sounds like a little kid who's just like caught in a lie, who's just keeps saying stuff, and then. Yeah.
So I'm curious about Righteous Gemstones. Such a funny show. Did you know Danny McBride? Had you guys met before you started working on this thing?
No, John.
You guys have an amazing chemistry together.
Yeah, thanks. We're
that whole cast. It really is one of the great casts on television right now. And and you all feel like you're so simpatico. And so I was thinking, did you know Danny?
No, I think he like knew Workaholics a little bit and seen some of my other stuff. And his writing partner, John Carcieri, wrote for us on Workaholics for one season.
Okay.
So I think that might have been a connection. But he just asked if I wanted to play his brother in something. And he was like, would you mind coming? We've never met. Would you mind coming out and having a dinner? And I went to Charleston and met him and David Gordon Green and Jody Hill. And we had this nice dinner and everything. But actually, the very first time I met Danny, he doesn't remember this really, but it was at the This Is the End premiere.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a very funny movie.
Yeah, very funny movie. And so we were at the after party. Seth Rogen and Danny's
everybody
in it. Yeah. And so I'm at this after party, and I'm like I was pretty early on at this point in my career. So I'm like really excited just to even be in the room. And I'm like, oh my God, like all these comedy heroes are here. But Danny for me is like on a Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
Like I love the guy. And so I'm trying to, like, I smoke weed, but not like Seth Rogen does.
Right.
And so he's going toe to toe with it. He's like, here. And so I'm like, okay, I can keep up. And through the cloud of smoke, Danny appears and I go, you're Danny McBride. And he's like, yeah, man. Hey, nice to meet you. And I go, you're a bright shooting star. I swear to you, dude. I said he was a bright shooting star. And then he's like, all right, man. And I went and grabbed my girlfriend and I was like, we have to leave. And she's like, why? I'm having a good time. This is a fun party. And I go, I just called Danny McBride a bright shooting star. And she's like, you're right. We do. We do have to go now.
We need to leave immediately.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be here anymore.
I love his whole thing where he lives in
Charleston.
He lives in Charleston with his people, and I love that. He was talking about it here on the podcast. They just live like he's not not going to live, not going to move to LA, any of that. We're just going to make our stuff. And
Well,
it's
he had lived here for years, so it's not like he doesn't have a base here. But they were just shooting, I think, Vice Principals, his series right before Righteous Gemstones, and they just by happenstance couldn't shoot where they in Wilmington, I think, North Carolina, and they had to shoot in Charleston, and they really hadn't spent much time there, and they shot there, and they fell in love with it because it's one of the prettiest places.
It's really gorgeous. Yeah.
And they all live on an island 20 minutes from downtown. And when I was there, I rented a house on the water and everyone just drives in golf carts. It's idyllic. It is so fantastic. And Danny, to your point of like us being such a great cast and feeling like we know each other, he does such a great job. And I feel like I learned so much from him about like being a leader. He takes his people out all the time. He does little parties. He does get-togethers. Hey, everybody come over. We're grilling at the house. We're going to go swimming. We're going to go out on a boat, whatever it is. And you really feel like you were jumped into his gang right away. And it was.
I'm not down with any of this.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, you're just putting something out there now that then expectations will be raised.
It'd be really nice if you can invite us over for like food and parties and stuff. That'd be a nice
I will
rapport.
arrange for a table for all of you at Paquito Mas. I will not be there. Someone who looks kind of like me will be there, and you guys will cover the bill.
Arrange a table.
I would love a Conan impersonator just shows up.
Wiggling his head. And you can see the strap that's holding his wig on is under his chin. Yeah, flip-flop, chip-chop. All right, well, you guys have to cover this, remember? Conan's not paying for it.
Flip-flop, chip-chop.
Yep, that's my...
the old tagline.
That's the old tagline. How do you like being a dad? I think I haven't seen you since you became a dad.
I mean, I love it more than I even thought I would. It's not funny to say that, but it's true.
No, it's okay to actually have a human emotion.
Real feeling.
Occasionally.
Not often.
You're allowed one.
People don't like it. They don't like it. It's great. And he every day is so fun.
How old now?
He's 15 months today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which is like, I never thought I'd be the type of person that was like, after a year to talk about months. But it is important because like at a year, if he can't say dada, that's totally fine. But by 13 months, he's like a total idiot. So you really keep tabs on every little thing where I'm like, dada.
Let's go. We're running. Yeah. And you're taking another page off the calendar. Come on.
Dada, I know you got it. You got it.
But you'd be such a fun dad. I think I can see you. A lot of it is, and it was, I mean, I loved being silly with my kids and still do to their dismay, but I just ate it up with a spoon.
It's so fun.
It wasn't like, well, time to get on the floor and act like an idiot. Yeah. I'm always on the floor acting like an idiot, so there should be kids around.
Yeah, it's weird if there's not. It's unreal, and I'm like learning new things. Like I can do a great Elmo. He's like thrown for a loop. He thinks I'm possessed. I'm like, hi, Bo, it's me, Elmo.
Wow, that is good.
That is good.
I'm like, come over here, put your toys away. And then he's like, yeah.
That's kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know I had it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I act like I'm possessed. So I'm like, Elmo's in control now.
You will go to the ATM.
Yeah.
You will use this PIN number. Okay, Elmo. Elmo can create all kinds of hell.
Yeah, Elmo's a maniac, it turns out. So it's been a blast. I'm loving it.
I'm so thrilled that you came by and did this.
Me too.
Because,
I'm a big fan. This was exciting.
I just you've always been incredibly nice to me, and so just getting to hear you tell your story and take us through it's so funny. I'm just imagining a lot of people listening to it who are big fans of yours getting kind of inspired, who don't even know half the shit that you've been through.
All the Cementra kids out there. they're like, I can walk.
You never know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're a fine fellow, and please come back.
I'm glad you came around on me. Yeah, because It didn't start off great. Yeah, I'm
started
glad
off
you came
bumpy,
around.
yeah.
I have to
for
tell
sure.
you, when you walked in the door, I was mad.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that
And,
energy.
and I
Yeah.
like your work, but when I just got this energy of pure evil.
Yeah,
when
I
you
went.
walk-
Well, it's because I went with the suede jacket. You went with the standard leather, and it was kind of a battle from
I
there
hate
on.
that.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm wearing leather, just regular leather, tanned leather, and
Yeah.
someone else has suede,
You're
Yeah.
a monster.
How
It's-
dare they?
it's just, it's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I feel threatened.
Yeah.
I feel threatened.
Makes sense.
Hey, Adam, thank you so much.
Of course, thanks.
Occasionally, I like to reminisce about my comedy showbiz past.
Mm.
And this just popped into my head. And it takes me back to this very particular time in my career. I just did, we weren't even recording, and I did a very stupid, silly bit. And I'll explain what that was in a second. But it immediately reminded me of this time, I think back in maybe 1993 or 1994. And is when my show is first starting. And a lot of younger people don't know this, but when my show first premiered in September of 1993, it was new, it was very raw. I was, very inexperienced, very young. I was replacing the great David Letterman. So as you can imagine, there was a lot of criticism and doubt, and people were like, who hired this guy? And it was choppy waters for quite a while, and people thought maybe this isn't going to work out and everything. And then Dave invited me on his show. His show was on CBS, and it was the big #1 show at the time. And this was a big deal to get to go on Dave's show and, promote the show that we were doing a couple of blocks away, his old show. It was a big deal. And so I was thinking of what to do, what stories could I tell? And then it's just a total, because I was always goofing around, it's a total joke in the writer's room. I acted out doing something where I said, what if I just went out? And again, I wasn't serious, but what if I just walked out there and David Letterman said, all right, well, this next gentleman took over our old show at the late night show that's on at 12:35 on NBC. And I think, please welcome Conan O'Brien. And the band is playing Paul Schaefer, and I walk out and I shake Dave's hand and I sit down, and Dave says, so Conan, how do you like the new show? And I say, and this is, you might have to check out Instagram for this, but whatever, because I'm going to act it out.
It's at Team Coco Podcast.
At Team Coco Podcast. And that he would say, welcome, Conan. How's it going over there at the new show? And I'd say, well, Dave, I got to tell you, I just think.
Oh my God.
You glitched.
Oh my God. Why would you think this? What is wrong
And
with you?
absolutely freeze. And the reason this came to mind is just before I froze, I used to like to do is say, I got to tell you something. And I would freeze, and I got pretty good at it where I could really freeze and commit to it. And the whole idea is I would freeze, and I would not have told Dave beforehand or his producers or anybody.
Oh, man.
And so I was pitching this as, the way I love to pitch, this is the worst thing I could
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
So I'm pitching this. The writers are laughing really hard. And Robert Smigel, who's the head writer at the time, and, brilliant head writer and everything, said, you have to do it.
Oh, man, I'm nervous already.
And I was like, what? I can't. And he said, you have to do it.
That's not.
And you
good
just
advice.
freeze. And I just knew that what would happen is I'd go like, well, Dave, I just think that and then
no.
Dave would watch for a bit and go like, hello, Conan. And then he'd probably like, Paul, I think we have a situation over here. And no matter what they did, I would stick to it. And then Dave would just say, okay, I think guess we'll just take a commercial.
Yeah.
And Robert Smigel, he can
Yes.
deny it if he wants. Robert Smigel said, not only should you do it, you have to do it.
Oh, God.
You have to do it. And I was saying, I don't think I can do that. I'm barely not getting canceled now.
Yeah.
In fact, we were canceled at one point for like 30 minutes by NBC in Burbank, and then they realized they didn't have a replacement. So, I mean, I'm not even hanging by
They
a thread.
had to stick with you.
They were like, we literally don't have another person drive around and try and find someone. But that's how bad it was. So I'm not just hanging by a thread. I'm hanging by a thread of a tiny thread that came off that thread.
Why would Rob think that that's...
Because Robert thought it was so great and revolutionary and would just like, no one's ever done anything like that. It would be like an Andy Kaufman, and I would stick to it, and I would...
And you would never unfreeze the entire time?
I would not unfreeze. They would go to commercial. They would probably just say, like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I would go across the street, and that America would, in that moment, realize he has broken the sound barrier of comedy. And I was thinking, I don't think that's what's going to happen.
So what did happen?
What did happen is that I didn't do that and thought of some stories.
Probably best.
And because I was new and nervous, I did, by today's standards, I did, like, well, that was okay, I'm sure. It wasn't, I didn't have the confidence, or I think people hadn't tuned into my rhythm yet, too.
And there's no way to know which way Dave Letterman would have gone with that. He could have liked it, or he could have really
I think he would
taken
have
it down.
Loathed it.
Yeah.
Any normal person would.
And I
absolutely
like
thought
when
that
he
was
does it, how we feel.
deranged. Yeah.
And so that's just for you comedy nerds out there. That's the world I was in, where Robert Smigel, and God bless you, Robert, still the funniest, most prolific. It's Robert Smigel or Jim Downey. Take your pick. These are just insanely top of the best comedy writers, prolific, and so essential to the DNA of my late night show. That he was pushing me to do that.
That's crazy.
And if I had said to him, "Okay, I'm going to do it," he wouldn't have stopped me. He wouldn't have stopped me. He wouldn't have said, he wouldn't have chased me down to the West Side and said, wait, I thought about it. Don't do it. And there's an alternate universe. I don't know if you guys in the sci-fi world, where there's an alternate universe where things play out differently. There's an alternate universe somewhere where I come out and Dave says, Conan, how's it going there with the new late night show? Well, Dave, I got to be honest,
Oh my God. That Conan is just like working in accounting or something.
Although I do like this part where he's just frozen and you and I can just have a conversation.
Yeah, but we never would have met.
No, that's
sure.
true. But we have it now, so let's not waste this talking about him.
Yeah.
And maybe you and I could just talk about some
Which comedy bit do you think triggered that memory from? Do you think it was Sanitized Pirate, or when he picked up the tissue and went, I barely even know you?
I did hold a wet wipe that's in a perfect square to my eye during one of the breaks, and I put it over my eye and said, hey, check it out, Sanitized Pirate. I do it sort of a la Robin Williams, Sanitized Pirate.
Yeah.
There's no... I don't know what's wrong. I need to go to a doctor. And there is a hospital half a block down from where we do this.
Yeah, it's very close to the medical center.
We need to get me there. But that is just, I'm just telling, longtime fans that that maybe there's a 1% chance it would have catapulted me into a new realm.
That's the thing, is there is that
You'll never know.
Tiny chance where it could have been this stellar, almost pre-viral moment. But there's also this big chance of like, oh, wait, who is this guy? What's he doing? It could have killed you.
This is upsetting.
Could have killed you.
Oh,
yeah,
easily could have. It would have killed me.
Yeah,
it would have killed me.
Because there's no internet now. It's not like people can share it and be like, look what this guy did.
Right,
it's like
exactly.
whoever
There was no
watched
interbit.
it would be like, okay,
no.
something's wrong with this guy.
Yeah, and then canceled the next day. Internet can sometimes save you because people can be really upset about something, and then the internet rallies behind you and they realize, oh, no, people out there get what he was trying to do. Anyway, that's just something that came to mind. I wanted to share it. I thought that was worth our
time. That's a nice
time.
memory. It makes Robert look crazy.
I love you, Robert. You're a genius. And who knows, maybe you were right. We'll never, ever know.
This is an exciting evening. We're here in Altadena. Sona's neighbors from down the street.
Yeah.
They're not your next door neighbors.
No, they're 2 houses down.
Were these the ones that you told me heard you talking?
Yes, they've heard us before, especially when the boys are crying and stuff. They can hear, because we're allowed. We're allowed people. And sometimes our neighbors can hear us. And sometimes when I'm outside, I hear my family members, like when I'm down the street talking.
Who's the loudest person in your family?
I would say my mom. Between me and my mom. Mom.
I'm sure it doesn't happen often, but let's say you two were to have an argument.
It happens all the time.
I know. I was being funny.
Yeah.
When you two argue, how loud does it get?
It gets loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not quiet. I mean, imagine how I normally talk and imagine it like amplified.
I can't imagine it getting louder than what I've heard. But it probably does. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay.
I can amplify.
Yeah.
So it gets loud. You can get loud probably.
Nah, not really. Kind of a quiet mouse.
Quiet mouth.
Oh my God.
Everyone's laughing. You're
just
not
a guy-
a quiet person.
Just a guy that keeps to himself. Neighbors are always going to say he kept to himself. He was a good neighbor. We never knew he was going to snap. Kept his yard real neat. Didn't come to any of the social things in the neighborhood, but he's a fine neighbor. So that's me. That's the kind of guy
When
I'd
you
be.
first moved into your place, how did you want to make sure everybody knew they were living next door to you?
Yeah. First of all, I complained because I was not on the map of the Stars homes. I'm the only celebrity to ever do that.
You called them and you were like,
I
guys,
went there.
Oh no.
Because I have a stand on Sunset Boulevard. And I said, gentlemen, I think there's a mistake here. And I showed them where I lived.
You have
and
a
I said,
huge Conan sign outside your house like a car dealership. And one of those balloon men.
And I told them, I said, you have the other celebrities that live in my neighborhood, but I'm not represented. And I told them exactly where I lived, and then I expected to see the bus at least 5 times a day.
Yeah. Did you wait outside?
Well, they, first of all, kept saying, and what is it you do, and stuff like that. And they said, are you still on TV? And I said, that's not the point. I said, that is an irrelevant point, young man. You're not to speak back to me. And they were wondering why I was wearing a tuxedo. And, but yeah, I was upset. I thought I should be part of the tour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
Yeah. Other stars were on the tour. What's that sound?
That sounds like a horse.
That's a horse.
That's a horse.
Yeah.
A horse
On the
just went
pavement.
by.
We have horses that
But
just
wait, who's riding a horse?
the good horse people.
Okay.
Okay,
God,
horse
I don't know
God,
what-
you're good.
Does that
You just
wait?
get-
Does that mean a person on a horse or people that are horse people, like
There's
a
Minotaur.
minotaur,
Centaur.
centaur?
yeah.
Wait,
You have centaurs?
no. Do people regularly ride horses up and down the street?
Regularly they ride. There's an equestrian center, like not that far.
Okay, that makes
and they
sense.
ride horses, just chill this down up and down the street.
That
and
makes
then
sense.
A couple times there was horse poop in front of my house.
Well, if you get horses, you're going to occasionally get horse poop. They go hand in hand.
But why isn't it like dogs? Why do we have to clean up dog poop? You don't have to clean up horse poop.
It's a funny kind of thing. For some reason, horse manure is less offensive. I don't know why.
That's true.
But people just feel like, yep, that's just some horse manure or whatever. Big deal.
It's poop. It's on the street. Pick it up. Shovel it.
No, you can't.
Put
You
it in a bag.
I mean, have you seen them? They're huge. You'd have to have a truck driving behind you. No, it's just not. It's not feasible.
All right.
Look, work on getting a mail system first,
Oh,
and then we'll
okay.
get the poop off the streets. Okay, fair, good deal.
No, I'm not going to agree
High
with
five?
you.
Thank you for the high
No
five.
high five. I did not high five you.
Yes,
that
you
was
did.
for the record. There was no high five. Don't do that.
And high five.
That's not
Thank
how,
you, Sona.
That's not how my hand would sound if I high fived. I
Anyway.
would sound different.
Sona,
than
looks
that.
like we had a pretty good time. High five.
I'm leaving again.
No, stay.
Are we
Gourley,
filming
please.
this just so we can put out a clip of Conan high fiving himself?
Can we do something? I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I'll pay for it. And when I mean I'll pay for it, I'll get it out of the company somehow. But it's not going to touch my part. So
My part?
Do some sort of cheap animation where it looks like Sona and I high-fived over this. And I don't care how cheap it is. Just make it look in a very crude way like Sona high-fived me.
Can I ask for another
and
thing?
use that. Her hand in the air right now. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, use that.
I would like a
Use
gif
that. And
of
even if my
Conan
arm bends over at a weird
high-fiving
angle
himself.
and doesn't match.
I want a gif of this. Conan high-fiving himself like a dork.
Nope.
Like an absolute dork.
No.
Just high-fiving yourself.
I run this show. No, look, my phone.
No one likes you.
Everyone loves me. Loved
Everyone
everywhere.
wants to make you look foolish.
Don't be fuelish. You remember that from the 70s? You weren't alive yet.
Not at all. Not at all. Do
During
you
the
remember
energy
that?
crisis.
Stop bringing me into this. Leave
Don't
me
be
alone,
foolish.
both of you.
Remember, don't be fuelish.
Leave me alone,
what
both
does
of
that
you.
even mean?
During the energy crisis, they didn't want people to waste gasoline. So I remembered there was a thing that said, don't be fuel, They spelled out fuel,
F-U-E-L.
F-U-E-L-ish. And they said, don't be fuel-ish. And for some reason, that just popped out of my head, too. I don't know why. I think I'm having a major occlusion in the mind.
It's the altitude.
It is the altitude. We're up here.
Do you notice our breath? You can see our breath?
Yeah, but why? I thought that was the fire.
No, it's the temperature.
No, it's not that cold.
You know what? I can see my breath. I think it may be the vapor in the air.
Oh, the vapor?
Or also, Sona had garlic. You know what's really funny? When I was in your kitchen, oh man, this killed me. And you heard my voice and you said, "Do you want garlic?" And I said, "Do you have any?" Like you wouldn't have garlic.
Yeah, that was
oh,
really
we had a
funny.
good laugh. Let's high five.
Nobody had a good.
Thanks, Sona.
Take it.
And do that too.
No.
Yep.
Clip it out. The three
No,
times
we
he's
got it.
done it, and do it again.
Nope. Okay.
Loop it.
Well, with cool terminology like that, there's no way they won't listen to you.
Oh man, I have seriously been questioning how my life has brought me to this point.
I know. I'm so sorry, girls. I think it's because he's in my space, and it's making me
There's
very.
a different energy here.
Yeah.
You're feeling invaded.
Yeah, because you're shitting on Altadena.
Hey, no, I'm not at all. I'm just mocking it. You know, in a shitty way. It's a very different thing. Hey, I have a question. How weird would it be if, let's say, we weren't doing this tonight? Okay, this was never happening, and you were getting ready for bed, and kids are asleep, tack's turned in, okay, and you look out the window, and you see something, and you look closer, and I'm in your yard right where I am, sitting in this chair
Oh no!
in the dark, and for no reason.
Wait, no.
How freaked out would you be?
Why is that?
That's-
Why do
It's
you
like
think
Slenderman,
about,
right?
Why
It's
do you
weird.
think about
It's like
those
Michael
things?
Myers.
Mike Myers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here like this.
That's harrowing.
But
And I
why
have a
are
little-
you sitting there?
I don't. That's the weird thing is I don't know. I'm just sitting here, and you're like,
God.
what the? And so you freak out. You wake up Tack. He's like, oh,
Oh my
no, English Tack. And he's like, what? And he rushes to the window, and there's no chair, and I'm not here.
You're gone. Yeah.
Or
Then
what?
he goes back to sleep. You check one more time,
No, that's
and I'm
really
here
creepy.
smiling just like this.
That's so scary.
Isn't that scary?
That's really scary.
What if we thought we didn't know it was you, and then he took his sword and he stabbed you with it?
What sword?
Tack has a sword. You know who else brought a sword today? Blade brought a gigantic sword that he got from the Renaissance Fair. Can we please talk about that for
Why?
a second?
Jeez.
He went to the Renaissance Fair
Okay.
and he bought a sword.
Yeah,
think
he
we
was
should
afraid
save
he
that
one
as
day
a-
may have sex.
a teaser.
So he quickly went to the Renaissance Fair
What?
to make sure that his celibacy would be ensured for all time. Why did you bring a sword?
Tack is the only other person I know who loves swords as much as I do. And so I bought this cool sword. So I wanted to show Tack my cool sword. No one else likes swords.
No, wait, it's not that we don't. First of all,
I do.
There's just not much use for them in the modern world. That's all.
I think once you have a sword, you find a lot of uses for it.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of like when you have a tool, you're like, oh, yeah, I could tighten this up. I could tighten this up,
Right.
slice things.
Yeah. Instead of using a normal knife, you could use
So
a
what?
sword.
So what kind of sword does Tack have?
Tack has it's a more Japanese style sword.
Katana?
I don't know if it's a katana. I don't know
Samurai
what they're
sword?
called. I don't know what it's called. He's inside, and I could ask him. But
katana?
I don't know, guys. I don't know what kind of sword
It's okay.
it is.
Let it go.
But it's not like Blaze sword. Blaze sword is like
No. So that's yours is a medieval. That's a King Arthur sword.
Jesus Christ, and it's sharp.
And you brought that just to show. No, it's okay. I can see it. That's good.
Sword.
Why didn't we roast a weenie with that? Yeah. That's, you know what I mean?
Do you mind me asking how much you paid for that?
How much did you pay for it? How much did you pay
It
for
was
it?
a deal.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid $380 for it.
You're fired. Because you waste your money on shit.
It's
luck
a
at the
nice
pawn
sword.
shop.
I'm sorry, Blaze. I just needed to deflect.
He didn't mean
And
to
you were there with a sword.
He didn't mean to shame you.
But I would. What if we stabbed you because we thought you were an intruder? That's what I'm talking about.
Now, this is just one of those things where I sometimes wonder, just picture you looking out the window. No one's here. There's no reason for me to be here. And I'm just sitting in this chair and I have just a slight enigmatic smile.
Ew, I don't like that. Are you lit up like this?
Well, I have my natural pale skin that shines like a moon. I'm just doing like that. I'm just this.
I don't even know why you think of these things.
I think of these things all the time. Wouldn't that be weird? Things like that are much scarier to me than someone jumping out, hacking at you. Just a Conan in your backyard, sitting in a chair, smiling in the night when you don't think you're going to see him. What's more terrifying than that?
really
There
terrifying.
honestly is not anything I can think of that is more terrifying than you just sitting in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think that is really terrifying. But I get what you mean when you think about weird things.
Yeah.
Like there was the solo stove lighter fluid and it said, do not drink, highly flammable. And I was like, What if I just drank it?
Well,
Saying it out loud,
that's a death wish.
I know, I hear it. I hear it.
No,
It's not the same as what you were
It's not
thinking
at
at
all
all.
what I was saying. It's terrible. Don't do that. Don't drink that. You're the mother of 2 beautiful boys.
Yeah.
Got all your whole life ahead of you. Don't do that.
But what if it's also like, you know, when you're on a rooftop bar or something and you're like, I'm just going to jump off.
Jeez, Sona.
No.
Am I the
Holy
only one?
shit.
Am I the only one who
The
thinks
worst
these
I ever
things?
do is if I'm watching a play, I go, there's nothing stopping me from walking up on that stage and giving them all wedgies right now. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I think your physical strength would stop you.
What do you mean?
I think they would. I don't care who was in that play.
This was children's
If it was a
theater.
play of old women, they would beat the shit out of you.
You know, when we do live shows, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to say something really bad.
Yeah,
and
you
my
usually
life
do, and
is
people
going to be.
laugh.
You mean like
No,
mistakenly, or
like,
you
no,
kind
like
of want to
seriously
do it
bad, where it's like
purposefully?
like I don't know, something, I don't know, racist or something.
What?
I know. I think about this
But you're
all
not a
the
racist
time.
person.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, there's so much at stake. What if I say something that's so bad, my
think
life is over?
does
Yeah,
that
but
all
no
the
one
time
takes
on
you
here.
seriously. No one.
What?
No. But I mean, people just think like, oh, that goofy Sona. You know what I mean?
You think they won't take me seriously?
Yeah, I don't. I think you're safe. You're fine.
Try some right
I'm
now.
not a serious person. No, I don't want
People-
to. That's
no,
the point. I'm
No.
like,
you have a good heart. No
but
one
I'm
thinks
just
it
saying
comes.
things that I shouldn't be thinking about. I think about a lot sometimes, and I thought everybody would be like, oh yeah, I think about
No.
jumping off a roof sometimes when I'm at a restaurant. But the fact that no one else thinks that really makes me uncomfortable right now, and I'm feeling a little awkward and vulnerable. I'm feeling very vulnerable.
Child services is on the way.
Yeah. It
You
makes
just
me worry
admitted.
that
You just
have a
admitted
balcony.
your children are sleeping upstairs, and you admitted you want to drink lighter fluid, and then you want to jump off a roof.
Oh my God.
I think you're going to spend a couple of days. They're just going to be away from your kids. That's all.
I really thought you guys would help
No.
me out with
I
that.
don't know
No.
what to say. I'm sitting with a guy who wants to sit in a backyard all night to scare someone,
Just
a
like
woman
this.
who wants to jump off a building, and a guy who spent $380 on a sword. And I don't feel like a normal person, but you guys make me feel so sane.
You're very sane.
You're not sane.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. You're
Yes,
not
he
a
is.
sane person.
He's a little eccentric, but he's sane.
But compared to you people,
Yes.
I'm just John
Sona.
Doe
You
guy next
people?
door.
Sona.
Who's
Sona.
racist now?
Listen.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh my God. So what are they killing?
Who knows? It could be anything.
Are those what are those?
Those are coyotes.
Coyotes.
Yeah.
That's a pack
That's
of
coyotes attacking an old game show host. They're tearing apart Wink Martindale right
All right,
now.
we better wrap up this
Yeah,
episode.
get the sword out. What are we gonna do with the
No,
sword?
but that's so. What do you think they're getting?
A cat. It could be a cat.
It could be
Oh,
a
that's
It
cat
could
or
be a
rabbit.
possum. It could be a raccoon.
Don't list all animals in the world. Jesus, you're like the coat check at Noah's Ark.
A horse?
A horse? No, it wouldn't be a horse.
Whoa,
Oh my God.
that is so chilling. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That was
Yeah.
crazy. I hope our mics picked that up. That was fantastic.
I don't know.
Do we have ambient mics that would pick that up?
Yeah.
We have ambient mics?
Well, I'm sorry. We're not.
It probably picked
I
it
would
up. It
imagine
probably-
that
You know
was
what?
pretty loud.
It was pretty loud.
That was pretty. That's crazy. And you hear that all the time, huh?
All the time.
Where's Tack? Is he around when this is happening? Have
What
you
if
ever
you find
seen
out that
him?
Tack was doing it?
That's what I
Tack's
mean.
the guy?
This is an exciting evening. We're here in Altadena. Sona's neighbors from down the street.
Yeah.
They're not your next door neighbors.
No, they're 2 houses down.
Were
When they
these the
came
ones
by-
that you told me heard you talking?
Yes, they've heard us before, especially when the boys are crying and stuff. They can hear because we're allowed. We're allowed people, and sometimes our neighbors can hear us. And sometimes when I'm outside, I hear my family members, like when I'm down the street talking.
Who's
in
the
a
loudest
normal-
person in your family?
I would say my mom. Between me and my mom, mom.
I'm sure it doesn't happen often, but let's say you two were to have an argument.
It happens all the time.
I know, I was being funny.
Yeah,
When you two argue, how loud does it get?
it gets loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not quiet. You know, I mean, imagine how I normally talk, and imagine it like amplified.
I
And
can't
having,
imagine it getting louder than what I've heard. But it probably does. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay.
I can amplify.
Yeah.
So it gets loud. You can get loud probably.
Nah, not really. Kind of a quiet mouse.
Quiet mouth.
Oh my God.
Everyone's laughing. You're
just
not
a
a
guy-
quiet person.
Just a guy that keeps to himself. Neighbors were always going to say he kept to himself. He was a good neighbor. We never knew he was going to snap. Kept his yard real neat. Didn't come to any of the social things in the neighborhood, but he's a fine neighbor. So that's me. That's the kind of guy I'd be.
When you first moved into your place, how did you want to make sure everybody knew they were living next door to you?
Yeah. First of all, I complained because I was not on the map of the Stars homes. I'm the only celebrity to ever do that.
You called them and you were like,
I
guys,
went there.
Oh, no.
Because I have a stand on Sunset Boulevard. And I said, gentlemen, I think there's a mistake here. And I showed them where I lived.
You have
and
a
I
huge
said,
Conan sign outside your house like a car dealership. And one of those balloon men.
And I told them, I said, you have the other celebrities that live in my neighborhood, but I'm not represented. And I told them exactly where I lived, and then I expected to see the bus at least 5 times a day.
Yeah. Did you wait outside?
Well, they first of all kept saying, and what is it you do and stuff like that. And they said, are you still on TV? And I said, that's not the point. I said, that is an irrelevant point, young man. You're not to speak back to me. And they were wondering why I was wearing a tuxedo. And but yeah, I was upset. I thought I should be part of the tour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too.
Yeah. Other stars were on the tour. What's that sound?
That sounds like a horse.
That's a horse.
That's a horse.
Yeah.
A horse
On the
just went
pavement.
by.
We have horses that just...
But wait, who's riding a horse?
The good horse people.
Okay.
Okay,
God,
horse
I don't know
God,
what-
you're good.
Does that
You just
does that mean a person on a horse or people that are horse people? Like
There's
a Minotaur.
Centaur.
yeah.
Wait,
You have centaurs?
no. Do people regularly ride horses up and down the street?
Regularly they ride. There's an equestrian center, like not that far.
Okay, that makes
and
sense.
they ride horses, just chill this down up and down the street.
That
and
makes
then
sense.
A couple times there was horse poop in front of my house.
Well, if you get horses, you're going to occasionally get horse poop. They go hand in hand.
But why isn't it like dogs? Why do we have to clean up dog poop? You don't have to clean up horse poop.
It's a funny kind of thing. For some reason, horse manure is less offensive. I don't know why.
That's true.
But people just feel like, yep, that's just some horse manure or whatever. Big deal.
It's poop. It's on the street. Pick it up. Shovel it.
No, you can't.
Put
You
it in a bag.
I mean, have you seen them? They're huge. You'd have to have a truck driving behind you. No, it's just not. It's not feasible.
All right.
Look, work on getting a mail system first,
Oh,
and then we'll
okay.
get the poop off the streets. Okay, fair, good deal.
No, I'm not going to agree
High
with
five?
you.
Thank you for the high
No
five.
high five. I did not high five you.
Yes,
that
you
was
did.
for the record. There was no high five. Don't do that.
And high five.
That's not
Thank
how,
you, Sona.
That's not how my hand would sound if I high fived. I
Anyway.
would sound different.
So no, it
than
looks
that.
like we had a pretty good time. High five.
I'm leaving again.
No,
Are
stay.
we
Gourley,
filming
please.
this just so we can put out a clip of Conan high fiving himself?
Can we?
We have a great podcast today.
Oh.
Yeah, I just feel it in my bones.
Yeah.
There are days where I've felt, we don't have the goods. Oh. But those turn out to be fantastic as well. In fact,
What's your point?
Never had
my
a
point
dud.
is my point is we can do no wrong. We've been blessed by God.
Yeah.
What happened there? Wait, what was going on?
You're fine. It was just garbage. Go ahead.
No, we were working, and this guy Aaron Blair just darted across the room
Yeah.
and made a crazy motion and acted like, no, don't mind me. And we are in a special zone.
Yeah, concentrate.
I was in the midst of
were-
talking about how amazing we are.
Yeah.
We were in the pocket, Blake.
Yeah, what
And there
were you
was a
doing?
Tissue in shot, and you had to get it out.
Yeah, what happened?
I was getting some notes. When we do this podcast, we talk to the control room the entire time. We're
I'm
chatting
already bored.
on Slack, and they just let me know there was some garbage on the stool.
But who cares if there's garbage on the stool?
I don't kill the messenger. They're telling me to get rid of the garbage. I go and get rid of the garbage. I do as I'm told.
Can I just say something? I don't understand what the chain of command is here. I would think that I am the captain of this tugboat, but I'm finding out that there are people in other rooms who are issuing commands. It's a podcast. Who would care if there's some
We're just
some
living
stuff
in a
out?
simulation, man.
Can I just be devil's advocate for a second? What if you see the video and then there's garbage on the stool and then you're like, Blay, why didn't you pick up the garbage?
First of all,
true.
why would I ever watch video from this podcast? How bad does my life have to be where I'm saying, honey, I'm going to go into the basement and watch video of my podcast? So that's number one. Okay. Number two is that if there's a bottle and some papers on a stool in that video, do you think I'm going to then go on a rampage? No.
Yes.
No, I would not.
But 3, That's my tissue, and I've got a delicate little runny nose.
Wait, that was your used tissue?
There's snot on it.
Yeah,
we
have COVID
you
protocols
got
here. You just jumped on a moist, recently used tissue in the midst of a COVID.
I have monkeypox.
You know, I will say when I grabbed it, I did think, oh, this is kind of wet.
You said this is kind of monkeypoxy. You got monkeypox on you.
I'm sorry. Now he's taking it out of the trash. Well, don't put it back on the
nose
stool.
is running.
Do you? Why is that even a tissue? Why don't you? I feel like that's like a paper towel.
Yeah, but regular tissues, they just fall apart. I need something with a little more robust, you know?
Scratch your nose.
So what do you use for a tissue?
These like hand towels we have in the bathroom here are fantastic for blowing your nose.
You're using the hand towels in the bathroom to wipe your nose?
Not like terry cloth. They're not cloth. They're just, like heavy duty.
No, I use those.
Well, I don't put them back. What are you talking about?
You do, because I went in there the other day and there were some, and I always like to take off my shirt when I go in the bathroom and rub whatever tissue's out all over my chest.
Wait,
it's very
use
sensual.
those now. So
I know.
I'm blowing my nose on your body musk?
Yes.
You rub them and then you put them back?
I put them back carefully, yeah.
And then I blow my nose and put them back.
Yeah. It's a thing I do, which I was a little reluctant to talk about because I thought it'd be judged. No. But I love nothing more than finding tissues that have been used and rubbing them over my chest. It's very sensual and mysterious.
Wow.
Nothing I just said is true. I don't want people stopping me on the street and saying, why do you do that? I do not do that.
Do you think people thought you were serious?
I think about 18%.
Okay.
Yeah, because I said it with great authority. And also, now that I mention it, it sounds sensual and cool, and I'm going to try it.
What if we say hear moaning coming from the bathroom? You don't have to do it.
That sounded more like a ghost than someone having an orgasm. That's a haunted orgasm.
Nothing sexy about that.
I know. I love a ghost having an orgasm. Don't do as I did in life. Whoa!
Where are they coming from? What's making them orgasm?
Where are they coming from? The afterlife.
No, like coming as in cumming.
Oh.
I said it and it was a little crass. But what's orgasming them?
Oh, the ghost prostitute.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
What if ghosts just hang around and because they can hang around and just watch everything, they're totally just getting off.
Right.
And they're creeps. We think they're there in this scary way, but it turns out they're just loitering. First of all, they're loitering. They haven't been invited. They're in your personal space. They see everything, and they're like, oh. Wait, are you haunting me, or are you... No. Orgasm.
I'm not haunting. Don't stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Keep doing your taxes.
Yeah.
You're doing the most mundane thing, and the
So
ghost
normal.
is, it's so hot. Could declare those dependents. Oh. A ghost that finds mundane things erotic and is constantly orgasming while you're just around the house trying to make some chicken noodle soup. Oh, tear the packet that makes the flavored broth. Oh!
Boy, this ghost is really getting it.
Ghost is constantly.
Must be exhausted.
And because he's a ghost, he's never done, if you know what I mean. He just goes and goes and goes.
All day doesn't need to recharge.
No.
He's just ready to
I'm ready to go instantly.
Is that what ectoplasm is?
Yeah. Pretty much. Ugh. Sorry. I know Ghostbusters is probably your favorite movie, but I bet you'll never watch it the same way again.
Are you kidding? I'll watch it, but not the same way.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
What? I love ghost jizz.
Oh, okay. Then that's fine. Yeah.
We should get started.
Yeah, we should get started.
This needs to end.
It does need to end. Orgasming Ghost, coming soon to a theater near you.
A number of weeks back, you really laid into Blay about how he was dressed, right?
Yeah, I
and
did.
If you'll remember, we asked him to come back looking his best in a formal suit and as sober a gentleman as he could possibly be.
Yeah, I do think there's a generation that's lost its way, and they're always wearing ironic T-shirts and kooky watches and bucket hats, and they're not kids anymore.
Bucket hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just the whole.
Oh.
And Blay, I've known Blay. Blay has worked with me for a very long time. I knew him when he was a kid and when his attire was appropriate. But for his own sake, I thought it'd be nice if he just took a chance on dressing up. And Blay, here you are. And I have to say, you look fantastic.
Yeah, Blake, come on over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Come on over.
Yeah. Blay is here. And come on in, Blay. Get over here. Look at him. He looks fantastic.
Wow.
I don't like this.
What do you mean? I think he looks
you
awesome.
You look very handsome, but this is not everyday Blay.
Well, okay, as you know him, but if you only knew Daniel Craig as a guy that wore...
If I only knew Daniel Craig.
Keep your nighttime fantasies out of my show.
And daytime.
If we only knew Daniel Craig as a guy who wore cargo pants and a Who Farted t-shirt, and then he suddenly dressed as James Bond one day, you might feel like, I don't know about this. But look you look good.
Thank you. I don't feel good.
Why?
I feel weird, man. First of all, I like to be fashionable and I like to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
There's too many clothes on.
Yeah.
I'm wearing too much clothes.
Really?
Well, there's an undershirt, then there's this shirt.
Oh, I didn't say wear an undershirt.
Oh,
Who made you wear an undershirt?
Well, this is what you wear when you dress up.
Yeah.
You wear a
No,
suit.
you don't have to. I know, but you don't have to wear an undershirt.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
not Blay. This is not the Blay.
I'm
I
wearing
feel like you're
not
about
who
to
you
drive
are.
me to the airport.
Thank you. Look, I don't want to. I got nice shoes on. Look at these shoes.
You got a normal watch
I got a
on.
Rolex.
Whoa,
I'm wearing a
that's
Rolex.
It
Oh, wait a
actually
minute.
says
Where did you
the
get
time.
the? Wait a minute.
It was a birthday present from my mom. Yeah, a little
Wow.
Rolex.
Wait a minute.
your
Wait a
mom.
minute. Stop the show.
Okay.
Your mother on your birthday gave you a Rolex?
What is she president?
Yeah.
No,
What the hell?
Well, because she knows I like watches and like
My mother on my birthday would make me a poached egg.
Yeah, and I like houses. My mom doesn't buy me a house.
What are you talking about?
Blay's
You gotta.
mom loves him.
This is going in a whole different direction
Well, yeah.
now.
You
What about
always
me?
make fun of my watches, and so I thought I wear a nice watch.
Because you always wear watches where
Right.
it's a joke. The watch costs $3. It's bright yellow. It's made of marshmallow.
It's
It doesn't tell
Japanese.
time. It's from
It's got a
Japan.
nuclear reactor thing. You got to count up the minutes.
Whatever.
to
Yeah, and it's,
buttons that
isn't it
blink
funny?
and
I
the
can't tell
Japanese
time.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But your mother gave you a
Yeah, for my
Rolex.
40th birthday. It's a nice birthday. She gave me a nice. And my whole point being, this is me dressed nice, and I
I think
will
you
say,
look great. I don't see a problem.
I came in today.
do.
Every single person looked at me weird.
Hmm.
Everyone's like, ugh, like that.
No.
First of all, everyone thinks I'm either going to a funeral or presiding over a funeral.
well, first of all,
Or
you're actually the body.
or I'm the right. Or
you
it's
look
my
like
funeral.
they just popped the casket. Just gave it one last check to make sure if this guy's really gone. Oh, yep, he's dead. All right.
I don't like you neutered him.
Yeah.
I
No,
feel
I
like
didn't-
you neutered Blay.
I think, first of all, where did you get the suit?
I got the suit at I think at Macy's.
Okay.
Or Sears.
All right. Well, it looks good. It's a nice
Okay, well, thank you.
black
Yeah.
suit. It's a classic.
Thank you.
Now, I'm just going to say.
Thanks a lot. Rolex
You-
watch and a Macy's suit, huh?
Well, it does say made with recycled polyester on the inside. It's by J.
There he is.
J. Farrar, classic J.
Okay,
Farrar.
well,
There's my boy.
First of all, you didn't say I have to wear a nice suit. You just said a suit.
That is
also-
a nice suit.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a nice suit.
It's recycled.
It's recycled, which may explain why
Polyester.
it doesn't feel terrific.
Okay.
It's because you're wearing 800 liquefied bottles on your back.
It is very hot. The suit is very warm.
Okay, well, you chose to wear an undershirt. That's on you.
Okay.
And can I tell you something? There are ways to dress well
Okay.
and earn the respect and of people around you without going this far.
Okay.
Meaning, you don't have to wear a tie.
All
You
right.
don't have to wear a button-up
we
shirt.
told him to come in as formal as possible, though, in his defense. You
Well,
know.
well, we wanted to go the other
Yeah.
end of the spectrum.
Yes, and I am just saying that I want you to consider you're not a kid anymore.
Right.
Okay, I think I looked it up. I think you were born in 1956.
It's close. Yeah.
No. How old are you?
45.
Okay, you're 45.
Yeah.
You're not a child,
Right.
and I do sometimes look at you and think, oh, you've got the Peter Pan syndrome. You're still dressing as a child, and maybe that's going to influence your life negatively. Maybe potential partners may not take you seriously. If you
Right.
go into a club, they're going to say, what's going on with this guy?
Right.
You know, why is he...
At the club.
Why
this
is every...
guy's telling this guy he has Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah.
Well, but can I
And
just?
What are you
what
talking
to
about?
wear at the club.
But I
Club Fantastique.
Of course.
It's the greatest club down in Melrose.
I feel like I don't want to give a potential partner a false bill of sale, a false good. Like they know what they're getting.
Right.
They know what they're. You know what? It's like and they might like Japanese watches. I don't want to attract someone who thinks I have more than one nice watch.
You can still wear those goofy, funny watches where oh look, it's a watch, but guess what? I have no idea what time it is.
Right.
Because it has no hands. It just has a face that cries sometimes.
I do have one that you can tell the time by feet.
Oh yeah, what's that, Adam?
Part of the conversation is this mic on?
Yeah.
Part of the conversation last time was also around, looking professional in the workplace.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right.
so that's one thing I think you do look really good. And there have been studies that say, if you dress for the job, you perform better.
Yes.
You lose the stress of wondering people who wear uniforms often perform better, I think, because they're not looking at what other people are wearing, thinking about what they're own.
I've always liked, I always liked in show business when people took show business seriously and dressed up when they came on a talk show. I always thought that was kind of nice. And I think we have an environment here at our company. People are coming in. They know that Conan O'Brien's going to be here. This is but do you know what I mean? There's an expectation that people will dress up. This is like the Comedy Vatican.
No, oh my God, I understand what Adam's saying.
I'm not that I'm insane, but like me being the Pope.
Right.
Being
You're not
headed
insane.
by a tyrannical figure with only symbolic
and
powers.
And then you guys, no, I'm the voice of God on earth. And then you guys are like Swiss guards. You're there and you're holding your pikes, and you're
We're not even like bishops or anything.
Oh God, no. No, you're just standing outside with those goofy axes that no one's used in over 800 years. But Blay, I think that Adam brings up a good point, which is when you dress the way that you dress, you're just going to have goofy ideas. You're just going to want to go eat a burrito. You're just going to go want to grab your Wii controller, Nintendo Switch, Gum, and play your game of Glorgar. And
all this sounds great, though.
No, but
this doesn't sound like an argument. I'm agreeing with you. That sounds sounds.
But you can still do all those things.
Oh, right.
But dress like someone who commands my respect.
Wait, can I say something though?
Yeah.
I think what Adam's saying is right if you work at like an accountant's office.
Right.
But if you work for the circus, right?
Which we do.
Which this really is an absurd place.
The lion tamer is very well dressed. The ringmaster is very well dressed. Trapeze artists in their own way are quite elegant. In fact, most people at the circus are very nicely dressed in their own costume.
Let's say your job is to pick up poop. Like you're a civil worker and you pick up poop. You're not going to dress up in a suit when you're picking up poop. You dress up.
But you wear a uniform.
You still wear a uniform.
Okay, let's say
even as someone who's picking excrement from the sidewalk as they're living. And by the way, I'm not putting that job down. That's a real job.
Are you saying that's my job? Is on this podcast is to pick up poop?
I'm saying that there are certain environments that have certain qualifications.
How about this? How about this? Not dressing up and wearing a suit and a tie, but Adam, as the head honcho here, the overlord, the scheming monster, the man behind the mask.
We get it.
He's a bishop.
Yeah. I look at Adam Sachs and I say bishop material. But what I'm saying is, what about like boiler suits that say Team Coco on the back?
Oh.
Wait, you want us to wear like coveralls?
Hold on.
No, not hold on. No, that's bullshit.
Hold on. What I'm saying is something akin to that, like what they wear at a nuclear power plant.
Doctors, nurses, they wear uniforms.
What about scrubs?
No, I think producers should wear something. Engineers should wear something.
All in those like the army of coveralls and hard hats and galoshes.
Yes, I do. I would like it if everyone, Eduardo, if we came up with something that was kind of cool, would you be up for wearing it here at Team Coco?
I'd be up for it. I'm on Team Conan on this. I like
because it would be nice. And
look at the way Eduardo's
You're wearing
dressed.
a Lakers hat.
Yeah.
But if I used to sell men's suits for a living at Macy's, actually.
But that was 6 months ago.
Yeah. I do believe it's important to dress to impress. Whenever possible.
And all I'm saying is, and you know, look, I love the shirt you're wearing. It looks fantastic. A cranberry T-shirt that's been overwashed, You have good memories from college.
What are you
talking about?
It's like you killed a mechanic and then tried to pass.
Not at all. This is a.
Came home to his wife and
What's
said,
wrong?
"I'm home, honey."
What are you talking about?
I know. Is your collar popped up? Is
I
it
know,
supposed
like,
to be
make a
down?
decision.
And, like, what is it?
Look, I think I look
Oh, you
fantastic.
popped it up.
And I'll tell you something else. I look like I could be a film director.
No,
I could be a director on a film.
you're dressed like Lenny from Of Mice and Men right now.
Yeah, well,
Your
I
blues
just
are
want to
too
see
close.
the rabbits.
No, your blues are too close.
Okay, listen. I like to wear blue because it makes the old peepers pop, and it's and worked for Sinatra, and I think it's working pretty well for me. Before we go, Adam, I do think, and I want to pursue this idea. I want to see if we can find something that the men and the women are all okay with wearing. That's a kind of a standard uniform.
I like
No
it.
way.
And then I want
us.
the cameras to be rolling when we break this to Andy Richter, and we watch him physically beat
Do
the
you
shit
have
out
to
of
wear
me.
this?
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I think
it is pretty
there
interesting.
can be standard host garb. Like
Yeah.
hosts have their own.
I
standardized
will
uniform.
wear something consistently as a Bond villain does. The Bond villain,
Oh, right.
you know,
like a Nehru jacket.
like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I would
I was
wear like a
thinking like
Nehru
a
jacket
cloak.
and I'd have like a fake white cap that I
Oh.
had. But
I
then you
wanted a-
guys
I would do it for that.
Like a
but I do
shroud.
think there's something that we should investigate. There might be a great way, and also, what about like young people that are just starting out here? Working out here and they're brand new employees. Maybe they have to wear the boiler suit, but then there's a it's like the
I
army.
see.
Then there's a
Oh,
rank
yeah.
above that.
I see.
But we wear a uniform.
Now I'm starting to get on with this.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, I'm not.
okay.
Well, go ahead.
John Wick, you know how like the people that work
Yes.
patching the telephone calls?
Yes.
They have a
Continental, yeah.
style, and then
Yes.
the Continental has its own
Guess
style.
what? I
right?
love the John Wick films. I would, first of all, you're dressed a la John Wick right
Thank
now,
you.
and
Thank
that's
you.
why I think it looks cool. I
Thank
love the John Wick
I see.
style.
So what we're talking about is like tiers of
Tiers,
the
tiers.
utilitarian people, the administrative, the
I see.
talent,
Yes.
and they're all thematically linked, but they have their own specific look.
Are you into it now?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Okay.
And this would be paid for by the company. You would come in. You would.
Yeah, you get your
You
standard
wouldn't
issue.
leave in your uniform. You'd come here and change into your uniform. Would have lockers, and would change into them. And I'm not even kidding. We'd change into them, and Sona, you would have to go to your locker and change your clothes.
I don't want to do that.
Well, you're going to do it, and I'm going to be there when it happens.
Oh God!
And I honestly-
no,
You've lost me.
no.
No, I honestly, no. You won't see me there. There'll be a window. There'll be a window that only I'm allowed to look through.
No.
And again, I don't read the papers much, and I don't go online much. But I don't see any problem in today's society with me having a little peeky window. Anyway, Adam, get on
I'm
this.
in. Productivity
Eduardo's
is going to
in.
be through the
All right.
roof.
It's going to go through the roof.
Well,
We're gonna figure it out.
I took a class in college on costume design, so I can work some things up.
You know what?
Nerd.
Guess what? If Gourley's in, I don't want to do anything to dissuade Matt Gourley. I want you in on this. So yes, you can have final say. I promise.
What? Final
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Okay, done. I'm in. Are you kidding?
Well, looks like I did it. We win. Sona, you know this about me. I tend to lose my Kindles.
All the time.
I shed Kindles. I don't know what it is. It's something about the size of a Kindle. I don't think, lose things. But this, I know glasses. I lose glasses,
Yeah.
sunglasses and glasses. But
Phone.
Yeah, didn't you
Occasional
drive off with your phone on the roof or something?
Lost your
yeah, I
wallet.
lost my phone,
Yeah.
my wallet.
Yeah.
I lost a son. Sean, if you're out there,
Yeah.
I do love you. And I wish I'd made some attempt to find you. But anyway, okay, I do lose things. But one of the things I lose regularly is a Kindle. I'll get a Kindle, and I love the Kindle because I travel a lot, especially in non-COVID times. I travel all the time, and I love to read. I love not hauling around a lot of books. So I had a Kindle, lost it, had another Kindle, lost it, got another Kindle, lost it.
Jeez.
Now, I know. So I go out and I buy my fourth Kindle because I'm going to take my wife and children on a vacation. I buy the Kindle, and, you have to set it up. So I put in all my information, and I set it up, and it says, great, welcome back. And I see that there's the home screen, and then it says library,
Yeah.
which tells you about all the books that you bought. So I think, I wonder if there's any books in there that I bought that I forgot to read. It's been a while since I had my Kindle, since I lost it. So I go into library, and I see Oh, there's a book I bought on Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, there's another book I bought on Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, there's a book I bought on World War II and another book I bought on World War II.
Yeah.
And then I see this Tom Clancy spy novel. I'm like, I never buy those. Then I see another one. Then I see all these different spy novels.
Oh, I'm listening.
Who else was in there?
James Patterson.
James Patterson. Like people I never read this stuff. And I'm seeing more and more of them, tons of them. Then I start to see all these books on how to drive a car.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And I'm like definitely didn't buy that. And then it's like how to drive stick shift like a boss.
Yep.
How to drive a truck. How to drive this. How to drive that. I'm like, I didn't buy any of these books. Then I start to see how to talk to ladies with confidence. And then I start to see.
Then you know you're back in your own book.
Yeah. Then I knew. Oh, good. Now that I bought. Then I start to see.
There's I have some of the books
read
here.
Read them.
Okay. So there's one of the books is The Manual to Manhood: How to Cook the Perfect Steak, Change a Tire, Impress, and then it goes on. And then there's another one, Forbidden and Explicit Erotica for Adults.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then there's another one which is the 7% Man, a pickup strategy,
Yes.
which I think I've heard about, which is some strategy where if you hit on 100 women, 7 will at least say yes, or at least they'll talk to you for more than a second.
It's about quantity.
It's about quantity of times that and I'm reading, and then it gets into mixed martial arts.
Yep.
And then there's stuff like using the power of the mind to unlock. And I call you up and I go, what is this? And you said, was your Kindle locked? And I said, no, I didn't know you could lock a Kindle, which I didn't. I didn't know you could lock a Kindle, that you could put a lock in. I never got that far. I'm not and she was like, yeah, a very horny 16-year-old boy has your Kindle and is buying books like crazy. And I was like, of course, because it's all spy thrillers. I need to learn how to drive. How do I pick up a 35-year-old sexy girl?
I want to do sex.
I want to do sex. I need to use my mind power to control everyone around me. There's crypto stuff in there.
Yeah, crypto stuff.
And so anyway, I put a code on my Kindle. But the problem now, and we got rid of all those books.
Yeah.
The problem, though, is that Amazon keeps suggesting books to me. So I keep opening up my Kindle, and it will say, have you thought about, have you thought about how to get a 44-year-old MILF in the sack? 7 techniques that work half the time, every time.
Yeah. And it was so easy to clean your library. Because I was like, is this about a war or a president? And that's Conan's. Anything else was like sex, MMA, driving.
But the thing is that for the rest of my life, Kindle's going to be saying, who is this? Oh, Conan. Hey, Conan, we know what you'd like. 15 ways to talk your way into a lady's room.
This similar thing happened to me because Amanda and I share a Kindle account, and so it takes our interests and blends them together. So
that's
I
great.
read kind of pulpy spy novels like this kid, and she reads a lot of like maternity books, and so we get these like female romance novels like Bad Jonah and President Sex. And
guess what? I would love it if they blended mine, because if they blended the kids and mine, it would be like How to Talk Sexy to Theodore Roosevelt. How to get Abraham Lincoln in the sack and then knock him out with a special taekwondo kick. Please do that. Please blend my accounts, Kindle. Oh, wow. Okay, that was fun. Anyway, I did cancel that one account, so I'm sorry, kid. You're out there and you're listening to this, but you did get like 60 books. I did treat you to 60 books, so
yeah.
My hope is that whoever Kevin shows up your door with a 35-year-old woman. He's driving a Ferrari again. Thanks, Cones.
Cones. Thanks to you, I met Erica here. I've got a Maserati, and now if you'll excuse me, and then he sweeps his leg around and knocks me unconscious.
I love that.
All right, onward and upward. I've always thought you have one of the coolest names of any leading man, Harrison Ford. You cannot beat that name. Yet, you were asked, or it was suggested early in your career, that you change your name.
True.
Who the fuck wanted you to change from Harrison Ford?
Jerry Dukovsky.
Oh.
Well, physician,
Yeah, I
heal
know.
thyself.
He just had a hatred for his own name.
Yeah.
Is that true? So he wanted you to change your name.
Yeah.
You said Harrison Ford, and he went, no, we can do better.
Yeah, he said that's too pretentious a name for a young man. He was about 4 years older than me. He always called me boy. Oh, boy.
So what did you come up with an alternate name?
Yeah. Jerry Dukovsky.
Well, okay. I don't think it was very original. You
No,
could
I
have
didn't.
thought.
I did come back the next day. I was not only supposed to come back with a name, but I was supposed to be there earlier than my naming conference to get a haircut, and I'd been given a picture of Elvis Presley to take with me to the studio barber.
They told you, get this haircut?
Get this haircut and come back with a name. I said, okay. I didn't get the haircut. And I said, my new name is Kurt Affair.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kurt Affair.
Yeah. It's Irish German name.
Oh my god.
So obviously that didn't stick.
No,
you didn't.
nothing did.
Nothing did for a while.
No, they threw me. They let me go after a year and a half of a 7-year contract.
Wow.
After which I would be making $1,200 a week.
Really?
After 7 years.
So this is a different time in show business that kind of fascinates
This is
me.
indentured servitude.
It really was. But you look at, I'm thinking now about the television. You come to Hollywood in 1964, and the big way to get a job, if you're lucky, is every show on television is a Western, a TV Western, pretty much. And you
Love American Style.
You did Love American Style?
Oh, yeah, man. I played a hippie.
Oh, yeah?
A real stretch.
It's so funny because I have a brother, Neil, who's obsessed with TV of the 60s and early 70s. And so I told him today when I'm on the, I told him when I was on.
That's my watch.
Is it your watch?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very rude.
It's time for you to go.
Yeah. But you just pushed the alarm on your watch so you could leave this interview now and not look rude. That's what happened.
I don't mind looking rude.
Well, that's true. That's true. You're right. I just did misread the situation terribly. Yeah. But so I'm driving into work today, and I'm talking to my brother, and I said, yeah, I'm going in and I'm going to talk to Harrison Ford. He said, that's so cool. Ask him about that Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
And I said, what? No one asks Harrison Ford about his episode of Gunsmoke. He's like, oh, yeah, I know. Him and these other guys take over the town, and you kill a guy in a bar and in a poker game, and he knew it. And then, of course, I looked it up online, and there's a picture of you looking real nasty on Gunsmoke.
Yeah, I did Gunsmoke in the Virginian, but I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I played the same part twice on FBI in one season, and they didn't even realize I was the same guy.
So you just came back, and they were like, we had a great time with Kurt Affair. What's your name?
Yeah. No, I always played, I seemed to get these, if there were two criminal brothers,
yeah,
I was the one that was sort of duped by my smarter older brother.
Right, right.
How old is your brother?
He's 3 years older than me, or 2.5 years. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, exactly. He tricked me into talking to you, and he'll be delighted because he'll listen to this and he'll say, you got Harrison Ford to talk about Gunsmoke. But it is interesting to me, like at that whole period, because Clint Eastwood gets started in television westerns, Burt Reynolds, you know, all these sort of iconic actors, Steve McQueen, all these guys had to do it's like you had to do your time on a television western before you could move on to other things. Is that a fair assessment of that period?
Well, no, not really.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
You're wrong.
Why can't you give me that? Why can't I have that?
You're
Why
wrong.
can't you just say, sure, yeah, fine, Conan, let's move on. Instead, it's no, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Your brother's wrong.
Well, okay, I'm okay with him
Your
being
name's wrong.
wrong. Okay, everything's wrong. My name's wrong?
No, I played the same kind of character over and over again, and nobody noticed. So I don't think I was not on the Clint Eastwood track. In television. I was on the here today and gone tomorrow track.
Right. And that's why you're making your living primarily as a carpenter while you're doing these other parts. I'll get a part, and I'm lucky to get this sort of quasi background role in these little parts. And I think
still the case.
Yeah, you're hurting. It hasn't gone well for you. I think we can agree on that.
Look, show business has been very, very good to me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it has. Yeah, I think you've been good to show business.
Well,
I do. I mean, you're very.
I was very lucky. I mean, for years, I did the same old thing. I went from Columbia Pictures to a contract at Universal for $250 a week. That lasted a year and a half. I always could get out of these things just by being a dick.
Really? Is that how you would get out of it, was just being kind of unpleasant?
Well, in Columbia's case, Jerry Tarkovsky, write it down, folks, called me into his office and told me that Mike Frankovich, who was the head of the studio, was in Europe and he'd forgotten to sign my contract when he left. But he was going to suggest to Mike Frankovich, Jerry Tarkovsky, was going to suggest that they drop me anyway because I had no future in the business.
I appreciate and notice that you know their names cold. You have already forgotten mine. But
no, I haven't.
And what is it, please?
Conan O'Brien.
Oh my God! I want that on that's my outgoing message for the rest of time. I'll get a lot of hang-ups, but I love that when you're in that early part of your career, and this is true of all of us, and someone doesn't see it, or someone wrongs you in some way or disrespects you, you never forget that name.
But you're not letting me finish any story.
Finally.
Fucking interrupt me. Every time I get to that punchline, you're there to wander it. Jerry Tarkovsky said to me that Mike Frankovich hadn't signed my contract, so and he was going to perhaps I got this far before. He was going to suggest that they drop me.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he would give me 2 weeks' pay till Mike Frankovich came back, because he knew that my wife was pregnant. My wife at the time was pregnant, and I needed the money. I said, no, that's fine. Goodbye. And I was out. That was it.
Why not just take the $250?
It was $150. 2 weeks would have been $300. And that was stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah. Your wife's expecting a child?
Yeah.
That money went a long way back then.
Shit.
What were you doing?
Think about how much money you'd have now if you kept that.
Exactly. That money invested wisely then
I
would
could
be
be
worth...
making $1,200 a week. Yeah.
It says here in my research that that's what you're getting for the latest Indiana Jones film. I have a very clear memory of the first time I encountered you, which is you had not been on the show yet, and your easily one of my favorite Hollywood stars, and I'm going to say of all time. And my show is struggling along for a couple of years, and we're just sort of starting to catch. And I could never get a star of Harrison Ford's caliber on the program. That would be unimaginable. I'm almost done. And that exhale was like the last breath of a 1,000-year-old man.
No, I'm just remembering that you never fucking asked me.
We
be
did
on the show.
ask you! You did not! Don't shout at me on my podcast. It's rude.
I'm not shouting.
I'm in Washington, D.C. for the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I'm going to be up there on the dais with Clinton. I've never met Harrison Ford, and I'm on an elevator door that's closing, and all I'm nervous about, how's my set going to go on this thing? Elevator doors are closing, and I've talked about this on the show years ago. Elevator doors closing when I hear a voice say, "Hold the elevator." And I'm thinking, I really got to get upstairs. The door's 2/3 closed. So I don't really try to hit the button when the iconic face of Harrison Ford appears in between the two closing doors and looks right at me, and the door's shut. And I, all the way up to my room, which is on the 8th floor, shit myself the whole way up.
That's what propelled the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator was not functioning, but it was propelled purely by my. It was a horrifying moment for me, and I apologize again. We recreated the moment on the air. You can see it online, where I asked you to let's recreate the moment, and you gave this amazing death stare into the camera, and we had 2 elevator doors close on it, and I felt the same trauma all over again.
That's how he remembers your name, like Jerry Tarkovsky.
I'm sorry, Harrison. I could have probably. It was a horrible moment for me, and I'm glad that you've come here.
I come here as a friend.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's all past. You're not gonna.
No,
you bear no ill will.
No. You're no Jerry Tarkovsky.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
So here's the deal. The last time I saw Jerry Tarkovsky was
Jesus, you're obsessed.
Listen, in that office on Gower. 15 years later, I'm sitting in the executive dining room at at Warner Brothers. And a waiter came over to me in the middle of my meal and had on a little tray, and there was a little white card on it. I'd never seen that before, and he proffered the tray.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up the card. It said, Jerry Tarkovsky, Vice President, blah, 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 whatever. I looked at it, and I looked around the room, and everybody looked like Jerry Tarkovsky. And I turned it over, and on the back, handwritten, was a little note that said, I missed my guess.
Wow.
He was guessing.
Yeah. But I give people credit for, for acknowledging. He acknowledged that
I thought so too.
Yeah. I give people a lot of credit when someone comes up and says, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like you coming here today to apologize for.
Well, Jerry Tarkovsky didn't quite say he was sorry.
Oh.
He just said that he made a bad bet.
That's not good enough.
By the time I leave here, you will be sorry.
I'm sorry now.
Do these people get to talk at all?
I try to discourage it.
I see. It's working.
The best I can.
Yeah.
Sona, you weigh in because you're having the time of your life.
I am really into this Jerry Tarkovsky character arc because I do think that there's a nice end to it. It is. Where is he now? Is
exactly.
He... Okay.
Let's bring him in.
Yeah, he's here.
Well, we have a surprise for you.
Do you have a phone-in number that we could?
No, he is here in person. We arranged all of this. He now cleans pools in Redondo. And he's here to say again that he missed his bet.
Yeah. Oh,
So there you
man.
go.
Well, now it's time we take a look at what pizza art is like when it gets boiled in an oven.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't really, I wouldn't say boiled, but they took, I think, very accurate portraits of us, depicted in pizza, and then shoved them into a, would we say, 750-degree oven?
To 900?
To 900 degree. And now we get to see what happened. Which one should we start on? Okay,
we know where we should start.
let's start on mine. Okay, and this is a wonderful depiction of me in about 6 years. That's,
I don't even see.
that is me 6 years from now. Oh, I see it. Trust me. This is every uncle I ever knew. This is what happens to an O'Brien if we don't put on sunblock and we like our liquor a little too much.
Sona's falling
melting.
apart.
Sona's
falling apart.
well, and also the pizza's not doing too well. Yay, I win a prize.
You win a prize.
Sona, I can see your eyes.
Yeah,
I
your
know.
eyes are
They're
there, and
there.
your earring is moved up your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the heat, I guess, distorted your ear. You still have that wonderful hair made of pepperoni, which is not unlike your own hair. Very high in sodium. And
Very greasy.
yeah. So you and I look terribly distorted. You know who actually doesn't look bad? Matt Gourley.
Well, that just means I'm pure of heart and innocent of soul.
No.
No.
It just means that you were meant to be a pizza.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Sona and I were meant to be humans that live on Earth. Wait a minute. I see your glasses still.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do look like Rivers Cuomo after a terrible house fire.
Oh.
But that's a compliment.
Yeah, that's an improvement.
Yeah. No. You look fine. I think we can all agree that, Matt, your pizza depiction held up the best under intense temperatures.
I win this challenge.
You do. Sona, how do you feel about the way you look?
You know what? I'm a little I can see my eyes, and I don't think I want to be a pizza.
Can I say something, Sona?
Yeah.
I recognize this version of you. It was after we did a week of shows at Comic-Con and you would hit the bars every night.
Yeah.
About 4, 5, 6 years ago, that was what I would see in the morning going, going bum. That was what I had depicted. Yeah, that's what I saw.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I just look like Irish people do after a certain age. There's nothing we can do about it.
I want to eat myself.
Well, I'm going to move on.
Okay. It got really quiet after I said that. I'm a fucking pizza.
All right.
It's not like I actually want to eat myself.
Can I quote you on that? I'm a fucking pizza.
I am. I'm just saying I want to eat my pizza.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Why?
It's fine. I don't want any trouble from her. Matt, would you distract this insane bull so I'm not gored? Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend is brought to you by T-Mobile. From listening to your favorite podcast while driving cross country to listening at home, T-Mobile helps you stay connected. I wonder what people's favorite podcast is. Oh, I've got some ideas. Actually, it's one idea.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. You can have seamless video calling.
Oh, that's good.
Streaming your favorite podcast. I'm not going to say which one it is.
Yeah.
Downloading apps, games. Boy, you know what a gamer I am.
You're such a gamer.
Play Starbursters.
Yeah.
Or Realm of Xanos. You can watch your favorite TV episodes, classic Conan, new Conan, old Conan, mid-season Conan, as long as it's Conan.
Oh, no.
Find out more at T-Mobile.com/network. Fastest based on media and overall combined 5G speeds, according to analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data for Q1 2023. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, I have an idea brought to me by other people. Let's eat our own faces.
I literally said I want to eat me.
Sona, to be fair, it's
Okay,
my
you know
idea.
what? I don't care anymore.
Can we get our other faces in here?
Faces, all right.
Yep.
We're also going to need, we need to cut our faces.
Oh, we do need to cut our faces.
Face cutters.
You don't want to just peel it off?
Well, my
just
whole face
grab
is
it.
one
Peel it
piece.
off. Like a calzone.
Oh.
Just grab a chunk.
Do I want to eat my chin, my eye, my forehead?
Thank you. This looks
sir.
amazing. Thank you so
yum,
much.
Yum, 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 yum,
How
yum,
hot
yum,
is this, or is it still? It's cooled off a bit. It's cooled off. Okay, I'm gonna take some. Here's what I have to do first. I have to remove this offending Oh, look at that. A solo stove. A solo stove very nicely incinerates the mushroom I do not want to eat.
That's good cheek.
I'm going right for my jawline. What an iconic jawline.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
Very good. It tastes good.
Yeah.
I look horrifying, but it tastes good.
Yeah,
Yours is loaded with cheese. A lot of cheese happening on Conan's.
And I'm tasting some amphetamines. What's happening? Incredible.
Mine tastes of charm and
And what?
How's yours, Sona?
It's good. I just lost a pepperoni. Mine's really
Do your
good.
kids eat pizza? Your little twins?
Yeah, they like pizza. They don't eat it that much, but they like it.
What's their favorite food?
yeah. What's their favorite food?
Lamb chops and corn.
Come on.
I'm not even kidding. They
No
fucking
one's
love it.
favorite food is lamb chops.
My favorite food is lamb chops.
You need to leave.
What's your favorite food?
Great cereal.
What? Wait, no, for reals. What is it?
My favorite food, bean and cheese burrito.
Well, that's lame.
Can I speak to you under the chair, please?
I'm going to call a new career low for me. I have talked to the greatest people in the world, and then with you two idiots eating our own faces made of pizza, and you're having the dumbest argument I've ever heard. And I just saw that my career was over.
Can I get a napkin or am I in some kind of medieval time?
This is delicious. This is really good. Mine tastes fantastic.
My face
Mine's good
never
too, but
tasted
I'm
better.
really full and I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
You know, sitting under these stars.
Thanks, Mom.
Are there any stars?
No.
Oh, I didn't
it's
get
LA.
one. It's nice to be out here.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying myself. I like being in the night air.
Yeah, me too.
I'm enjoying the fraternity, the company, and also the sorority.
Thank you. It's nice. This is nice. This is really nice. I like summer s'mores. I think we should do it in the winter. We should have winter s'mores.
And autumn s'mores.
Autumn
But
s'mores.
fuck spring. If we do spring s'mores, I'm out.
Well, I'll talk to the advertising department and see if they can monetize it.
We don't need an advertiser. We could just do it because we're friends.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I would never do this. I'm here because there's a commercial tie-in. And the second there's not, I'm out of here.
You just said you liked the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
the
like the company,
fraternity
and then
and
there's
the-
an asterisk at the end if it's endorsed by a product I believe in, like Solo Stove. Okay? Fantastic.
Oh, God.
Who wants the rest of my pizza? Who wants the rest of her? She's got a lot of spunk.
Yeah. Take good care of him.
Are you trying to take my fucking pizza away from me, Shalemi? Shalemi!
Chills.
Jason Shalemi's been with me almost 30 years. Did you try and take a pizza away from a giant Irish guy trying to eat it?
I did. I apologize.
Did you immediately realize the mistake you
I
were
walked
making?
away immediately. Yes.
It was like a great white shark was chewing on a dead seal, and you were trying to take it away.
Yes. Mistake.
Hey, big guy. Can I try a piece of your face?
Get the fuck out of my...
Give me a piece of your face or I will quit.
Do you need a thing?
No, I need a piece of face.
Do you need a thing?
Here, tear out some face for
What? Why do I have
old
to
glasses
do it?
over there.
Old glass?
Call me old glasses.
I don't know your name.
I don't have a name.